minimal crown, and they knew it wouldn't drain well and could stay wet and soggy throughout most of the night. Just kind of thought it might be unsafe, so decided not to have the game on Friday night, moved it to tonight, and tonight, no doubt, much better weather, a drier field, and we should have a pretty good football game here tonight as well. And being the only game in town, I would think we have a pretty good crowd, as some folks might linger in from surrounding towns, surrounding high school teams, especially those that might be in this conference and would want to see these two teams play. Your teams from Newton, Bandy's, Lincoln, West Lincoln. Those folks probably come over and check out this game tonight as well. David Keever along with Rick Mitchum tonight here in the stadium pregame show here as we get closer and closer to the kickoff tonight. About 28 minutes or so now till kickoff, and Rick, been kind of thinking about this one all day, kind of what kind of effect could it have on the game tonight. Of course, it looks like almost perfect weather conditions. The temperatures have been dipping down pretty low at night, but here tonight, right now it's 48 degrees outside, so it's only going to drop a couple more by game time, and absolutely no wind.
No wind whatsoever, and of course, if you're coaches, you want to get that game in Friday night, but if you're a football player, you might want to play today because you don't have to practice, so that's one good thing about it. You can look at it that way, but both teams, going to have to play 2 games this week, and East Lincoln in the driver's seat for sure, but if you're just a high school football fan, this is a great time to come out and see one of the premier players in our conference was Chaz Surratt, and East Lincoln's still undefeated and going to win the conference championship, looks like. So, if they can win one of the 2. So, it's a good night, and it is senior night here for the Maiden High School football seniors. I think they'll be recognized before the game starts, and we'll just hope we'll have a good football game tonight.
Yep, it should be. It's the East Lincoln Mustangs and the Maiden Blue Devils, and we talked about this a little bit Saturday morning. I talked more off the air with Coach Parker than I did on the air, but and Kevin made it a point tonight to say that not only are they taking on Maiden's got to play the top 2 teams in this conference in a 4-day span.
Yes, they do.
And Kevin said quite possibly the top 2 teams in the West in 2A in a 4-day span that Maiden's playing, as they will play East Lincoln tonight. In 4 days, they'll go to Lincoln for the season finale. And, of course, we'll be there on Friday night for that one as well. But it is a tough stretch for Maiden, who has qualified for the playoffs and probably going to get in with 5 wins into the playoffs, 5 wins overall. But, Rick, they only got 2 conference wins, and they're staring at maybe if they don't pick up at least one more win out of these 2 games, they're staring at, a number 4, a number 5 finish in the conference, and are not going to be seeded very high because they go in as a wild card.
Well, right now, I guess they're just wanting to get into the playoffs. That would be the main thing. Of course, they had that big win over West Lincoln a week ago, which they had been on kind of a skid there for 3 games in a row they had lost, and then they came back and had that big win. So they got to feel better about themselves, and they're going to play their best tonight, I'm sure, and just take it as it comes. Of course, Friday night will be that big showdown, a big rival game between Lincoln.
We are the only game in town up this way, but there are games not too far away from here, down over at North Lincoln, probably about 10 miles by air or less.
By air, okay.
Statesville will be taking on North Lincoln. That game is 6-2. I don't know exactly what point in the game it's 6-2. I know it's in the first half, but I'm not sure it's first or second quarter. But Statesville leading 6-2, and they had just scored, so they'll be kicking off to North Lincoln. Also in Rutherford County, big battle up there, RS Central, who is in position to be the 2 seed out of the number 2A, out of the 2As in that bracket conference. Yeah, they're right behind Shelby, and they want to maintain that tonight, and they'll have to go to East Rutherford and pick up a win over a rival in order to do so. Stuart Kramer is at East Gaston. Lake Norman Charters at Ashbrook. We had an update on that one a little bit ago. I saw Mike Powell has gone back down there, and then 3:26 to go till halftime. Ashbrook leading 27-7 over Lake Norman Charter. So Ashbrook got control of that one in the early going. South Point was up on North Gaston 20-6, or did I dream that? 20-3. 20-3 in that game, and they're going to pick up with 10:51 to go in the first half tonight. Also, that East Gaston Stuart Kramer game that I mentioned a minute ago, they're already underway, playing at 7 with East Gaston up 14-0, 4:48 to go first quarter. And Forest View and Hunter Huss, they're just like here. They will start the opening kickoff tonight. The only difference is they start in 30 minutes before we do here. Just to give you a rundown of what happened in this conference a couple nights ago, Terry had them right here in front of me. It was
took them away.
It did.
Yeah.
When we found out we were called off, we ran down to Lincoln, did that game with West Caldwell, a sloppy game. It was wet and didn't start till about 10 minutes after 9, but Lincoln won the game over West Caldwell 37-14. And also, West Lincoln and Bandy's were in a slugfest. Bandy's at home comes out on top, 42-39. They improved to 4-2, Rick, in conference, and
yes,
7-3 overall. So they're looking at that. They're bearing down with Newton. They play Newton on Friday night. Newton a 31-6 winner over Bunker Hill, and as it turns out, that game's going to be for the 3 seed.
It sure is.
And if
that's
you're
true.
And here's the key: if you're not a 3 seed in a conference that's all one classification like this one is, you're going in as a wild card. So the loser of that game is going to go in as a wild card and definitely be on the road.
We've seen Bandy's play against East Lincoln. They do have some talented players on that team. They got a great wide receiver there. Quarterback throws the ball well. And they won a big game against West Lincoln Friday night in a shootout, actually 42-39. So, yeah, Bandy's is in position to get that number 3 seed if they can pull out a win on Newton Conover this Friday night.
East Lincoln is on top in the conference. They sit on top at 5-0. Lincoln now improves to 5-1 with their win a couple nights ago. Bandy's and Newton Conover both 4-2. As we said, they play each other on Friday night. They're followed by West Lincoln, Maiden, who is 2-3, looking to go to 500 if they could pull off the upset here tonight. Then West Lincoln is 2-4, and Bunker Hill sitting there at the bottom at 0-6 after the loss on Friday night. We're going to take a quick break here. The Stadium pregame show. This is the CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. We'll take a break, back with the starting lineups after this.
Quality care comes with the Cloninger name. Cloninger Family Dentistry is now proud to be the dentist to the entire Lincoln and Wolves athletic program. Doctors Les, Robert, John III, and Paul Cloninger are names iconic to dentistry here for more than 40 years. Each family member graduated from UNC Chapel Hill and have their own practices in Lincoln or Cherryville. For the dental office right for you, visit www.CloningerFamilyDentistry.com. United together, committed to you.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Lincolnton is Turner Hauser Insurance. Call 704-732-9577.
Good credit, bad credit, no credit? Apply today and ride today at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for some great deals with zero money down and rates as low as 2.99%. See the new Polaris Ranger 500 Crew for as low as $10,000. The brand new Yamaha Grizzly 125 is only $35.99. And for the lake, get the 2014 Yamaha Superjet for only $71.50. Full Throttle Power Sports. Exit 22 off I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. It's fall cleanup time from Toro and Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Clean it up with a Toro, the best on the block. Take a look at the Toro Time Cutter SS5000 with a 3-in-1 cutting system, automatic braking system, an exclusive smart speed control, and powerful Kohler or Kawasaki engine. And now only $26.99. That's right, only $26.99 from Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive at the Oak Grove Road Highway 74 Bypass intersection, Kings Mountain. Get your free loader when you buy Coyote's CK Series or DK Series tractor from West End Sales in Vail. But that's not all. There's some great offers going on now at West End Sales in Vail, like 0% financing for 54 months on all Bobcat and Grasshopper mowers. Get 7% financing for 60 months on all Vermeer round balers and disc mowers. And how about $120 per month for a Bobcat Fast Cat mower and a brand new 5x10 trailer, both for only $120 per month. See West End Sales for all the details. West End Sales, Highway 18, 27 intersection in Vail.
And back here at Maiden High School, the Blue Devils of Maiden hosting the East Lincoln Mustangs tonight, and it is senior night.
Yes, it is.
Here at Maiden High, and the players, the seniors, players, band members, cheerleaders all being introduced, and parents out on the field now as we speak, and we are just about 12 minutes away from tonight's, well, not by my calculations. Now the scoreboard says we're 12 minutes away, but we actually look more to be like about 15, 18 minutes away from the opening kickoff. But if they want to start early,
We'll
let them start early
Yes,
on a
we
Monday
will.
night, that's for sure. But it's the Maiden Blue Devils and the East Lincoln Mustangs. East Lincoln, number one team in the 2A state poll this past week, and they're looking to maintain that and stay on top. And Rick will now tell you who the starters are for those Mustangs.
Okay, starting on the defensive side for the Mustangs tonight. On the defensive line, number 77, Bailey George. Also, number 90, Tristan Dennis. Also, defensive lineman number 53, Lucas Lambic. At the linebackers, number 51, TJ McLean. Also, number 44, Matt Schink. And number 31, Torrey Haynes. At the defensive backs, number 24, Sam Kimbrick. Also, number 22, Chris Tomberlin. And number 20, Grant Athey. And also at defensive back, number 6, Demarius Valentine. And that is your defensive starters for the East Lincoln Mustangs. Coming in on at the first number 1 position in the SD7. For Maiden, the offensive starters tonight, we'll go with the offensive lineman first. Number 50, Richard Barnett. Also on the offensive line, number 60, Brian Barnett. Offensive lineman number 64, Preston Hester. Also number 70, Wyatt French. Also number 75, Robbie Campbell. And number 77, Logan Long. At running back, number 24, Xavier Huff. At wide receiver, number 22, Sam Poovey. The running back is number 20, Tony Hernandez. The H-backs are number 10, Ty Williams. And also number 2, Nick Gillian. At running back, number 7, Shaquan Kimball. And wide receiver, number 5, Asante Forte. And the quarterback is number 1, Caleb Farley. So that is your offensive starters for Maiden and also your defensive starters for the Mustangs.
So there you have it, the starters for both of these teams, and of course the familiar names on both sides, those offensive weapons, players to watch, of course, tonight for East Lincoln. Chaz Surratt seems to be the number 1 name in the whole conference that everybody is set out to try and not just watch for, but to try and stop, which is a challenge all in itself. Also for East Lincoln, those names Rick mentioned, his brother Sage Surratt, a top receiver, Demarius Valentine, also a top receiver, Cameron Dollar, a sophomore receiver he likes to throw to a lot, and Colton Banks. Watch him out of the backfield as well, number 21, Colton Banks for the Mustangs. On the Maiden side, it's pretty much a two-man show, and it has been all year for these Maiden Blue Devils. And, of course, that is the quarterback, Rick. Caleb Farley, number 1, Caleb Farley, the sophomore quarterback, 6'2", 270 pounds. And also the sophomore running back, number 24, Xavier Huff, 5'9", 178. Those two guys have shouldered the load for this Maiden Blue Devil offense this year. I don't think this will turn into a defensive struggle by any means, Rick, and you're going to hear those names that I just mentioned a lot throughout the night.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Probably going to be a lot of points put on the board tonight with that air attack for East Lincoln. And, of course, David mentioned the two-man show for Maiden. Both those young men are sophomores, as you mentioned. So future's bright for Maiden. Looks like at those two positions, the quarterback position and the running back position. But they always have quality players at those positions here at Maiden. So Could be an interesting ball game here at Monday Night Football. I think Mr. Calvin Hastings said this is leftover high school football. Well, we got it right here.
And these are those good leftovers.
Right.
These are good leftovers. If you get one like this on a Monday night, it's going to draw a crowd. Johnny talked about the crowd not being as good. It's starting to fill up a little bit now on the East Lincoln side. And like I said, I think you'll see coaches, players, and a variety of folks from other schools from nearby, at least within a 15, 20-mile radius. Actually, I saw Coach Tom Harper of Fred T. Ford.
I saw him here too a while ago, yes.
Sitting over there in the booth, so he's here taking it in as well. So only game in Catawba County tonight, so get out here and check it out.
Of course, I'm sure you'll see the Lincoln coaching staff here since they play Maiden this Friday. And, yeah, those guys will be here for sure checking things out. And a lot more fans and coaches for sure will be here.
So it's the Blue Devils and the Mustangs coming up. We'll take another time out. Back with more here in a moment.
Doctors Les, Robert, John the Third, and Paul Cloninger are named iconic to dentistry here for more than 40 years. Each family member graduated from UNC Chapel Hill and had their own practices in Lexington or Cherryville. For the dental office right for you, visit www.CloningerFamilyDentistry.com. United together, committed to you. Eddie Garner Parts in Lincoln has the honor. His name is Jeff Powell. Parts can come by and see them for all of your auto parts needs. From batteries to heavy duty to phone. Please visit Jeff today at Eddie Garner Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln. Give them a call at 704-732-0768. When you need a dentist you can depend on and trust, think of Dr. John Les Chronicle. Les is the longest practicing of the Cloninger family of dentists. The office of Dr. John Les Chronicle will work with you and your insurance, and new patients are welcome. For preventative, cosmetic, and restorative dental care for your family, come to Les Chronicle. Located on Magnolia Street, just off the wall behind Town Country Shopping Center in Lincoln. Call 704-732-3336. Open Monday through Thursday. Dr. John Les Chronicle. First Federal Savings Bank wants to be your bank for life. Since 1940, First Federal Savings Bank has been proud to be a part of Lincoln County. As volunteers, parents, coaches, and leaders, we've always supported this community. Community may not be in their name, but it's in their mission. First Federal Savings Bank is proud supporters of all of our local athletes. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations located in downtown Lincoln, Ocean City, Denver, and West Lincoln. First Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing limit. Your authorized trade dealer for Lincoln and Lincoln County is Holiday Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Located at 180 Joshua Court, off Highway 27 just east of Lincoln. Holiday Heating and Cooling provides residential and commercial trade sales and top-notch service at an affordable price.
The old saying, you can't keep a good man down, now applies to Brookwood Cafe and Catering. The new Brookwood Cafe and Catering is located on Providence Mill Road in Maiden, featuring the same great food and service you remember. The world's greatest fried chicken and world-famous penny browns once again satisfy your appetite. Brookwood Cafe and Catering is serving the same great breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Brookwood Cafe and Catering on Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Stop by before the game or call ahead for your tailgate items, 828-428-8944.
When it comes time to cut the grass, you'll be more than happy to do it on your new Husqvarna zero-turn mower or tractor mower from Carolina Hardware and Garden Center in Lincoln. You'll find one that's right for your lawn and your pocketbook, and get free delivery of your new mower. And now is the time to service your old mower. Bring it on in or call for pickup and delivery. From parts to service to a brand new Husqvarna mower, they do it all at Carolina Hardware and Garden Center on the Reedsville Road in Lincoln, your Husqvarna dealer in this area.
Point now leading North Gaston 27-3. Ashbrook on top of Lake Norman Charter in the second quarter 27-7. And Statesville has scored again. They lead North Lincoln now by a score of 13-2. And in that Statesville game, I saw a stat here just a moment ago. Statesville has held North Lincoln to 27 yards on 17 plays. So
well, that's impressive because, excuse me, North Lincoln is known for that run and attack that they have, and if you can minimize that ground attack, then you're in business, and Statesville is now with a big lead.
East Gaston also leading Stuart Kramer by a score of 26-0 as the first quarter comes to an end tonight down at East Gaston in that one. So 26-0 East Gaston on top of Kramer. Forest View and Huss have started, but only 3 punts so far in the game. So the defense is stepping up a little bit. And no report yet on RS Central, East Rutherford, or Thomas Jefferson and Pine Lake Prep. And both of those are pretty big games.
Yes, it is.
In our area, Rick, but for different reasons. Of course, as we said, RS trying to hang on to the 2 seed in the South Mountain Athletic Conference and would need a win tonight at East Rutherford to maintain that. And then Pine Lake Prep, Thomas Jefferson. Of course, Thomas Jefferson still playing for a share of a conference title.
Yes, they are.
Bessemer City, Cherryville pull off the upset next week and beat Bessemer City. Thomas Jefferson's right in there for a share of that conference title.
And of course, Cherryville and Bessemer City already played once this year, and anything goes when those two teams hook up and play. So I'm sure Bessemer will be favored, but you can expect anything in that one.
Terry, where's the sheet you had for me of the all those conferences? What did you do? Did you take it back out to the car?
Terry made a very interesting statement about how many conference championships.
53 conferences.
53 conferences
in the state of North Carolina.
21 are still up for grabs.
21 will be decided next Friday night. 21 conference championships will be decided next Friday night out of 53 conferences. And just to mention some of them that are in our area, obviously the big one is Shelby and Crest.
Right.
Over in Cleveland County, Shelby at 9-1, at 7-0 in the conference play. Crest at 10-0, 7-0 in conference play, and they will hook up on Friday night for not only bragging rights but also for the conference championship. Some others, Independence and Butler. Independence is 10-0, Butler 9-1, but they're both 5-0 in conference play. That one will be decided on Friday night. And how often do we see this one, Rick? Scotland County and Richmond County. Mm-hmm. Even though it's not in our area, that is two perennial powers. And the folks over at Crest are very familiar with Scotland County.
I'm sure
because of Mark
Barnes.
Right. But, Scotland and Richmond meeting on Friday night, a combined 19-1. Scotland has 1 loss, and then both teams 4-0 in conference play. Mooresville and Lake Norman, that should be a good one. Both of them 6-0 in conference play. Over in Asheville, it's Asheville High and Asheville Irwin. They're both 5-0 in conference play. So just all around, you see that these conferences are set up, Rick, where these were usually the 2 best football teams, and especially if they're in the same county, the same town, whatever it may be, they're all set up where they play week 12 and the 11th.
I like
that.
Yep. It's set up for that. It's something to look forward to all season long. It keeps the morale going, and yes, you always want those bragging rights in that last game, and for many of those teams, it's going to be a conference championship.
Yeah, Crest people are also familiar with Southern Durham. That's a team they lost to last year in the state championship game, and Southern Durham is 10-0, 6-0. They play for their conference title Friday night because they take on Orange County, who's also 10-0, 6-0 in conference play. So how about that? A lot to be decided. And I was just trying to see how many of them did include teams that are undefeated overall, and that may be the only one. Southern Durham and Orange County might be the only one that has teams that are both teams undefeated. Terry showed me that I hadn't even named them all. North Rowan 8-2 takes on Salisbury. Salisbury 5-5, but both are 4-0 in conference play.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Ashe County and Elkin. I think Ashe County might have lost Friday night, if I'm not mistaken. Might have got their first loss on Friday night, and it was a conference loss, but still get a chance at the conference title because they play 6-0 Elkin. Whiteville, South Columbus play for a conference championship, as do Clinton and Wallace Rosehill. Those two teams make a lot of trips to the state championship game year in and year out. Clinton and Wallace Rosehill are familiar names. As a matter of fact, we've seen both of them play against Lincoln.
Yes, we have.
In state championship games. And don't forget, North Edgecombe and Tarboro. Tarboro, of course, Todd Gurley has moved on and has even suspended where he's at. But, Rick, I only saw one that featured 2 teams that were 10-0 going on, and that is, that's hard to believe, isn't it? I mean, I'm a little surprised by that. Only
Yeah, right
Southern
here,
Durham and
Southern
Orange
Durham
County
and Orange County
are the only ones that have the perfect records going into Friday night. And those records, those losses this year, even in the past, you could drop a loss, but this year, if it comes down to tiebreaker between two 10-0s, if somebody's 11-0 and the other one's 10-1, and you drop the loss, you still have to count it for the tiebreaker for the playoff seedings, playoff purposes, which.
Well, that's the way it should be. I mean, if
Yep.
you have a loss,
I like it too.
You shouldn't be the number one seed if someone is undefeated.
All right, we're getting ready to have the invocation, the national anthem, and we'll be back with high school football right after this timeout.
At Al Lane Kubota Toro in Lincoln, you can count on it. Count on Al Lane for the best deal. Count on Al Lane for the best price. Count on Al Lane for the best service. Come see the full line of Toro mowers. And right now, get 0% financing for 48 months. See the Toro Time Cutter 42-inch mower, or the Toro Z-Master Commercial with a 52-inch cut, or the Big Titan ZX 5400 with a big 54-inch cut. And all at 0% financing for 48 months. At Al Lane's Kubota Toro, Highway 27 east of Lincoln. Visit them online at KubotaofLincoln.com.
We're community-minded. We believe in what we do. We love this town. We live in just like you.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank, member FDIC. Community-minded, just like you.
We're community-minded, just like you.
Eddie's Auto Parts in Lincoln has new owners. Tim Beam and Jeff Powell invite you to come by and see them for all of your auto parts needs, from batteries to heavy duty to farm. See Tim and Jeff today at Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln. Give them a call at 704-732-0768.
Roll in to Conquest and roll on.
He's back. The local friendly dentist, Dr. Robert Truman Cloninger, has resumed his popular practice in Lincoln. All his friends and patients are so excited to have this beloved man back doing their dental work. Dr. Robert Truman Cloninger is located, as always, at 910 Doncha Drive in Lincoln. For details or an appointment, call 704-735-3014. For a relaxed atmosphere and a personable dentist everyone can talk to and relate to, come see the local friendly dentist. He's back, Dr. Robert Truman Cloninger of Lincolnton. Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincoln can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincoln to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
State Auto, a friend you can depend on.
The test of your insurance agent's friendship comes when misfortune strikes. You can count on an independent agent representing State Auto. Fast, fair claims service. You can depend on it if you're insured with an independent State Auto agent.
State Auto, a friend you can depend on.
Your State Auto Insurance Agency is Moody Insurance Agency, 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Give them a call at 828-428-8231.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The Family of Faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
Devils East Lincoln Mustangs. I got 7:31 on the iPad here, Rick, but neither team has yet to make an entrance onto the field. But we are getting close.
Yes, we are getting close. They've already had the coin toss. The captains tonight for East Lincoln was number 6, or is number 6, Demarius Valentine. Also number 44, Matt Schink. Number 72, Grant Bishop. And number 90, Tristan Dennis for East Lincoln. For Maiden, it's number 13, John Parton, number 20, Tony Hernandez, and number 22, Sam Poovey. That is your captains for tonight's game. Don't know exactly who won the toss, though, David. After that was all out there, Maiden won the toss, and they will receive.
I guarantee
Thank you, Jason Barber, for
They're hoping they can flip a coin after every time they score.
Yeah.
And try to receive and receive and receive, because keeping the ball away from Chad Surratt and the East Lincoln offense will be a goal of this Maiden Blue Devil team tonight. East Lincoln, I'd like to see the percentage of drives this year that they've scored on. You know, I got to say probably around 65-70% of their drives they probably scored on this year, and you're going to win a lot of games when you do that. And of course, they are a perfect 9-0 at this point on the season.
And I'd like to see a stat of just how quickly they have scored. I mean, we've seen them score with
time of possession is probably
real
real low.
Possession is probably really, really low.
They don't want it long.
Nope. They want to put it in the end zone, and you know,
exactly
I can't blame
right.
them. You know, you got weapons that can do it. You might as well use them. So they can score it very quickly at any place on the field.
Conference Commissioner Tom Watson behind us in the box with us here tonight. It's good to see some folks out and about here and checking out high school football tonight. If you're catching the video with us, Maiden at home tonight in their royal blue jerseys and helmets, white pants. East Lincoln got the old Miami Hurricane look, the green pants with the white helmets and the white jerseys, as they will kick off to Maiden to start this football game.
And kicking off for East Lincoln, number 5, Blake Strupp. He handles the kicking duties for the Mustangs, and he's getting ready to tee it up deep. For Maiden, looks like number 1, that is the quarterback, Caleb Farley, and on the far side, looks like number 24.
Yes, it is.
Xavier Huff. And that's the two games.
Not only the two guys we're going to see make most of the plays offensively, they will be deep to receive the kick. What's the odds they get the kick back there?
I'll look for a pooch kick myself.
East Lincoln may kick off. I mean, as you know, when you can score points at a rate that they do, they may kick it deep.
We're going to find out here in just a second.
And they do have a really good kicker in Strupp. And he does kick it deep. He might even go in the end zone or out of bounds one. It will be out of bounds at the 2-yard line, so that'll bring it up to about the 35, I do believe, which will be great field position for Maiden to start here.
And a good job by Farley, Caleb Farley, to watch the ball and let it go out.
Yeah, and that's iffy, because if that thing if it stops right there in that corner, you're in a heap of trouble. But made the wise decision. It bounces out of bounds, and they are going to re-kick.
Okay.
Maiden is going to elect to have them kick off again.
So that will be a 5-yard penalty on the Mustangs.
High school football on Monday night. Glad to have you with us across the board in WLO in Lincoln, WCSL in Cherville, WOHS in Shelby, and at ktcbroadcasting.com. Live video tonight as well. A big Southern District 7 2A meeting here between undefeated East Lincoln and Maiden, who is playing for seeding and trying to climb, and to assure themselves a spot in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. A win tonight would, I think, definitely assure them of a playoff.
Talked about what a difficult week they've got. East Lincoln here tonight. In 4 days they go to Lincoln. That's the two top teams in this conference that Maiden has to face. So Strupp said he will kick it again, and he does so, and it's a little shorter this time. It's definitely going to stay in bounds, taking it to the 30-yard line by
Number
Maiden
2.
up back. Number 2, Killian. He's
Nick
out
Killian.
across the 40, out across the 45. Actually, it's number 5 on the return, Asani Forte. Asani Forte out to the 48, and that's where Maiden will start first and 10 as we finally get to snap this football here at about 7:36.
So good field position for Maiden. No huddle.
Yes, it is, and they come out good by making East Lincoln re-kick.
Yes, they did.
Here's a snap. It's going to be handed off right up the middle to Huff. Huff is across the midfield stripe into East Lincoln territory. He is going to be tackled at the 49-yard line, a gain of 3.
Bailey George and also Christian Tyson Bryant in on the stop for East Lincoln.
Second down 7 for the for the Blue Devils. Mustangs on defense to start here tonight. Shotgun formation with a man in motion. That is Kimball. And they're going to throw it to Kimball, and the tackle missed. Kimball's inside the 40 to the 39 and going to have a Maiden first down as he reaches the 39-yard line. A pickup of 10. And the first down of the night belongs to the Maiden Blue Devils.
Just a pass out into the flat. Looked like a East Lincoln defender was going to come up and make the stop, but just missed the guy. So
yes, he did.
Maiden gets that first down and in control at the moment.
Good job of shaking the tackle there by Kimball. And now a handoff and hit right at the line, actually in the backfield. That's Huff on the carry.
Pretty good lick by number 53, Lucas Lambic for East Lincoln.
Huff will lose a yard back to the 40. It'll be second down 11 now for the Blue Devils. Just underway here from Maiden High School. And now we're going to get a penalty before the play can be snapped. Looked like East Lincoln jumped. I don't know if they were drawn off.
Well, they were definitely in the neutral zone for sure.
And it is going to be on the Mustangs. That's going to move it to the 35, 5-yard penalty. Makes it a little easier on Maiden. It'll be second down and 6. And here's a pass, going to be complete on the 30-yard line to Tony Hernandez. Hernandez takes it inside the 30 to about the 27. That's a gain of 8. And looks like another Maiden first down, as it is a first down on the 27. First and 10 Blue Devils.
So Maiden 2 for 2 in the passing game. Hernandez and Kimball with big receptions. Maiden looking sharp in their offense at the moment.
Now handoff. Now a keeper this time. Farley. Straight up into the middle of the East Lincoln defense. Going to get inside the 25 to the 23. A gain of 4.
Stop at number 77, George again for East Lincoln. Christian Tyson Bryant also in there, number 99. Of course, he was injured in that last game that we seen down at East Lincoln, but he's looks healthy and back in the lineup.
Second down and 6. And a handoff this time to Huff, and he is stacked up at about the 21.
Good pursuit by the Mustangs. Bryant in there again, and number 77 again, George.
And put it on the 21. It's a gain of 2. Now it's going to bring up third down, a long 3 for the Maiden Blue Devils. Driving, opening drive here of the night. Just underway, first quarter. No score. Maiden, however, on the move. And now East Lincoln jumps again.
Yep, back in that neutral zone. That's going to be another first down for Maiden.
And that's huge here on third down and 3. As East Lincoln gives Maiden the first down the easy way. 5 yards will move it down to the 15-yard line. East Lincoln's second offside penalty here on the opening drive.
Yes, third on the night. They had the penalty on the kickoff.
Ball just outside the 15. It's going to be handed off straight up the middle. That's number 24, Xavion Huff. He's hit at the line, bounces forward for a couple yards. Check the spot. They're going to put it on the 14, a gain of a yard.
Lambeck leads the charge. Also, Bryant's on the stop. Bryant's going to go out of the game right now. Maiden in that red zone area.
Newton Conover wins their soccer match tonight, playoff soccer, 4-0 over Lexington.
Okay, we was talking about that
Advance. Yes,
coming
we
up the
were.
road.
That's going to be a keeper here for Farley. He's to the 10, the 5, and Farley's all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Almost got in the end zone there. Good fake on that. Good fake and keeping the ball.
That'll be another first down for the Blue Devils.
Yes,
A gain
will.
of 13 this time for Caleb Farley.
So Farley now 13, 17 yards on the night, but that was a big carry, 13-yard gain.
First and goal for the Maiden Blue Devils here, just underway, first quarter, 8:38 to go.
Impressive
in the first
opening
period.
drive.
Yes, it is. Play number 8 coming up right here for Maiden. And it's going to be a keeper. And did he get in? No signal
close.
yet.
No signal.
If you don't get a signal by now, I doubt you're going to get one. They're probably going to call him down. Yeah, it's going to be no gain. Ball's still going to be right there at the 1-yard line. If anything, you picked up maybe half a yard, but did not get in the end zone. That's the important part. And we know how often do you see turnovers down here inside
Well,
this
we
close?
saw a big one last Friday night down at Lincoln, so yeah.
Saw one yesterday with Colin Kaepernick, and I thought he
dropped it.
dropped this
He did
one.
drop it on the
But he
floor.
does hand it off, picks it up, gives it to Forte, Asani Forte, into the end zone for the Maiden touchdown. So your first score of the night belongs to the Maiden Blue Devils. They take the early lead here against East Lincoln. Forte, a 1-yard run.
Impressive opening drive by the Blue Devils to get on the board.
7:47 to play here in the first period. Maiden on the board first. And now on to attempt the extra point. I can't see the
I can't
number,
see the
Rick.
number who's kicking either, but the snap's good and the spot is up. And it's
32.
Just
Michael
good.
Howard is your kicker, and it is good. So 7:47 to play in the opening quarter here at Maiden High School. TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard now. It is Maiden on top in the early going, on top of East Lincoln, 7-0.
When buying or selling a home, you want success. Elizabeth Lackey, broker and realtor with Century 21, Town and Country Realty in Lincoln, can make your dreams come true. Elizabeth pledges to provide you with service that is professional and courteous and responsive in helping you with your real estate needs. Call Elizabeth Lackey today, 980-241-9989. Again, that's 980-241-9989 for Elizabeth Lackey, Century 21, Town and Country Realty, 2302 East Main Street, Lincoln. Trailers for everything, and we mean it, at TRT Trailer Sales in Lincoln, 3302 Gastonia Highway. Trailers for hauling livestock, motorcycles, and cars. You'll find dump trailers, utility, and landscaping trailers. You'll find racing trailers with finished interiors, plus the tag-along and gooseneck trailers, insulated trailers with tack compartments and 110 packages. Call toll-free at 1-877-279-7465 or visit the website, trttrailersales.com.
Well, a squib kick as we're back here on the CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network, and a squib kick pays off in Maiden's favor. It's Sage Surratt falling on it. Tries to get up and take off with it, but he was on his knee when he got possession of the ball, and the ball will be down at the 23-yard line. That's where the East Lincoln Mustangs will start first and 10, their own 23. So not really good field position for East Lincoln here, but they can strike from anywhere on the field. So
no doubt about that, David. We've seen them do it all year.
Surratt's going to throw it out in the flat. That's going to be caught by number 6, Valentine. And he gets around the end, breaks the tackle down the sideline, the 40. Valentine's at midfield, gets to the 40 of Maiden, and finally dragged down all the way around the 32-yard line of the Maiden Blue Devils. So there we go. Just like that, East Lincoln goes from bad field position to very good field position. That is 45 on the first play of the game, a 45-yard pass completion from Surratt to Valentine.
Valentine looked like he may be wrapped up close to the backfield, but
first Walker Pharmacy first down, Walker Pharmacy of Newton first down for the Mustangs, and now Surratt Hands off up the middle. That's his number 21, Banks. He's inside the 20 to the 19. Colton Banks, first carry of the game. Another first down. Walker Pharmacy first down for the Mustangs. A gain of 13 on that carry.
So
Boy, I tell you, they just spread you out. Your defenses at the end, you don't know what they're going to do. East Lincoln this time, Rick, 3 receivers to the right. Surratt in the backfield with Banks by his side. He takes the snap. Drops back under a little bit of pressure. Now he's going to roll to his right. He's got a receiver, and it's his brother at the 10. And Surratt's going to be brought down at the 6-yard line. That's Sage Surratt. And actually, I'm going to move it back to the 7, I do believe. We'll check the spot. Got another first down nonetheless. That's a Walker Pharmacy first down, already 3.
3, yes.
For the Mustangs on 3 plays.
Just like that. 3 plays, 3 first downs, and first to goal, just like that.
13 yards to the 6-yard line. First and goal, East Lincoln. And now a player coming in.
Sage Surratt actually slipped on that last play. But
That's Chris Cox coming in, the backup quarterback. And now it's going to be a running play. That's Banks slipping tackles. It's Valentine, actually.
Right on the goal line.
Yep, 5 yards to the 1. It'll be second down and goal for the Mustangs from just outside the 1-yard line. Just inside the 1-yard line, I should say. Not wasting any time here. 6:34 to go, first quarter. Maiden up 7-0, but East Lincoln threatening. And now it will be number 6 on the carry, Valentine, and he's into the end zone.
So just like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays.
5 plays it was.
5 plays. Touchdown.
East Lincoln on 5 plays goes 77 yards for the touchdown. Of course, the big one, the 45-yarder to open the drive. It's an Elizabeth Lackey Century 21 Town and Country Realty touchdown for East Lincoln. 7-6 here with 6:27 to play in the first, and the extra point coming here for Blake Strupp.
Blake Strupp again will do the extra point.
Whose brother kicks for UNC Charlotte. Extra point is up, and it is good. So just like that, the Mustangs answer here on the CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. TRT Trailer Sales Scoreboard, 6:27 to go first quarter. East Lincoln 7.
The Great American Chevrolet Sale is underway at Abernathy Chevrolet in Lincoln. If you've been thinking that now is the time to trade in your old vehicle, well, you're right. During the special summer sales event, you get more for your dollar at Abernathy Chevrolet in Lincoln. Like right now, save up to $7,000 MSRP on the 014 Chevy Silverado or get 0% financing for 72 months. All during the Great American Trade-In Sale going on now at Abernathy Chevrolet, 1445 East Main Street, exit 24, 321 Bypass, Lincoln. Affordable elegance for your home is waiting for you at the all-new Loin Marble and Iron Station. Come visit their showroom and see how they can turn your home into a masterpiece. Loin Marble has been serving Lincoln County since 1976. They are home-owned and operated, striving on customer service, plus the details to the products they produce. From cultured marble, including vanity tops, showers, and tubs, to the new colors of granite and tile for those backsplashes and tile floors. Loin Marble, 3866 East Highway 27 in Iron Station. Online at loinmarble.com.
30-yard line. A squib, not a squib, but a pooch kick. Kind of high, soft, landed in front of him, but Hernandez picks it up and gets it to the 31-yard line. Maiden will start first and 10 from its own 31 on this drive, and we've come up with a simple solution for Maiden to pull off the upset. All you got to do is score every time you got it.
Score every time.
And don't let East Lincoln have it to end the half.
Right. Going to have to get a stop somewhere down the line, though.
But East Lincoln there looking to roll here. It's going to be hard to stop on offense by anybody. Here's a little pass, a little screen pass out to Huff, and he gets minimal yardage. East Lincoln played that well, as he's only going to get it up to about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. Xavion Huff on the reception. It'll give him 3 yards to the 34. And it'll be second down and 7 for the Blue Devils.
Farley is 3 for 3 from the passing department for Maiden.
Listening to high school football on the CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. Glad to have you with us tonight. Here's a handoff. This one's going to be to Huff, and this time nothing doing. He's going to be run out of bounds at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he's actually run out of bounds by number 31 for East Lincoln. That's Tony Haynes.
So no gain, and now it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7, and this is a very important down for Maiden if they want to continue to stay in this thing. I hate to put it that way,
Well, that's no
but
doubt
that's just,
about it.
it's
That's
just
the
the way it
truth.
is
Yeah.
with East Lincoln's offense and the so many weapons for East Lincoln, and the main one is the quarterback. They're hard to stop. Quarterback back to throw. He's got a receiver, and it's caught. That's Hernandez at the 40, and he races out across the 45. Hernandez on the catch. Takes it to the 46. That's a gain of 12, and it is a Maiden first down.
Hernandez now 2 catches, 20 yards, 5 first downs for the Blue Devils. That was a huge 3rd down completion.
So 1st and 10 Maiden. 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Maiden on the move, and now the snap. And Farley's going to throw it across the middle, intended for number 5, but there was some miscommunication there because...
Yeah, there was no one in that area, Dave.
Yeah, Farley thought Forte was coming on across the middle, and Forte had got into the middle of the zone and just stopped. Had sat down right there, and that pass about 10 feet away from him. No chance to make the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. Now we got somebody checking name. Here's a fumble on the play, and Maiden's going to fall on it in the backfield. That's number 10, Ty Williams, back there falling on that fumble. I don't know who had the ball to start with, Rick. I'm going to guess it was Farley. He's holding his arm. So Farley is the kid that had the ball and fumbled, and it'll go down as a 6-yard loss for Farley back to the 40.
Okay. Yeah, that was Eston, the linebacker's name for East Lincoln, number 44, which is Matt Schink. So 3rd and long now, 3rd and 15, maybe 16 for Maiden.
Real quickly, at the half, Statesville leading North Lincoln 27-9. Yardage difference at the half, 287 for Statesville, 86 for North Lincoln. And now Farley rolling to his right. It's got a receiver, Hernandez, but overthrows him at the 48 of East Lincoln, out of bounds and incomplete.
So Farley, after going 4 for 4, is now missed on his last 2 passes, and Maiden now will have to punt.
Yep, this is what they didn't want to have to do.
Looks
but
like.
It appears they will have to punt, especially with being 4th down and 15.
Back to punt for Maiden is number 11, Mason Painter. Deep for the Mustangs is number 4, that's Cameron Dollar, and number 6 is Valentine. So 2 big threats for the Mustangs deep.
One final in, it is Thomas Jefferson knocking off Pine Lake Prep 27-18. Completion of that game tonight, I think they started at 6 o'clock. Here's the punt. It will sail into East Lincoln territory, but takes a Mustang bounce rolling back up the field. Nobody from Maiden stopping it. It's going to roll dead at the 40, maybe the 41-yard line. So it winds up only about a 19-yard
punt, right.
And no return. Actually, they'll call it the 40, so a 20-yard punt, no return. East Lincoln will start 1st and 10 from its own 40-yard line. 2nd possession here for the Mustangs.
And East Lincoln already up, no huddle attack. Got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Surratt takes the snap, drops back a couple steps, throws the ball downfield. He's got a receiver at the 33.
Cameron
That's
Dollar.
number 4, Dollar, and he breaks one tackle but won't break another. He is tackled at about the 27, and that's where they'll put it, right on the Maiden 27-yard line. That's a gain of 33 and a first down for the Mustangs.
So Surratt now 3 for 3 through the air.
Yeah, approaching 100 yards already.
Already 45 and 33 and 13. Yes, he's getting close.
4:10 to go. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a handoff this time to Banks. Banks straight up the middle of the Maiden defense all the way to the 15-yard line. Picks up another first down, sponsored by Walker Pharmacy of Newton, a gain of 12. East Lincoln, Rick, has run seven plays. They picked up 5 first downs and a touchdown. Unbelievable. And now here's play number 8, and it's going to take it to about the 11-yard line.
That was Banks again on that carry, number 21.
4-yard pickup for Colton Banks. Most of these guys, Rick, the bad news for the opponents, most of these skill position guys are back again next year. Now Surratt's going to throw it out in the flat, and this is going to be Valentine grabbed from behind, but breaking tackles inside the 5 and finally brought down around the 4-yard line is Valentine, and he's got another first down. Another Walker Pharmacy of Newton first down for the East Lincoln Mustangs. It's on the 4. That's a gain of 7. First and goal now for the Mustangs with 3:30 to play in the first quarter, looking to take the lead for the first time tonight. We're tied at 7. There's the snap. Surratt pump fakes, throws a little fade. Wide open is Cameron Dollar for the touchdown.
He made that look so easy.
Yes, he did.
I guess the Maiden defenders bit on the pump, and Cameron Dollar just waits on the pass to fall in his arms.
Elizabeth Lackey, Century 21, Town and Country Realty touchdown, second of the night for the Mustangs. 3:16 to go here in the first quarter, and East Lincoln's got its first lead of the night at 13-7. With Strupp on to attempt the extra point. Blake Strupp, junior kicker. His kick is up, and again, it is good. TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard now with 3:16 to go. East Lincoln has taken its first lead. They lead Maiden 14-7.
Just say fill her up. Be ready for Old Man Winter with a fill-up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln. No matter where you live, Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln can deliver. Just call 704-735-2508. Be ready for Old Man Winter with your winter fill-up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company, 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Again, call 704-735-2508. Just say fill her up from Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln. Listen up, Newton Conover Red Devil fans. Walker's Pharmacy in downtown Newton is now your Newton Conover Red Devil apparel headquarters. You'll find Red Devil caps, t-shirts, sweatshirts, rain ponchos, collared shirts, and more. And all proceeds from the sale of Newton Conover merchandise goes to the Newton Conover Red Devil Booster Club. Show your Red Devil colors with a stop at Walker's Pharmacy. Walker's Pharmacy, 33 College Avenue in historic downtown Newton. Get your Newton Conover Red Devil apparel today.
Laying on the ground for the Maiden Blue Devils. A nice pooch kick again by Strubb, but Farley picks it up and gets not much breathing room. He gets it out to about the 26-yard line, and Maiden again will start with it, this time with its poorest field position of the night, as East Lincoln now leads 14-7 with 3:09 to go here in quarter number 1. We talked about East Lincoln running 10 plays, Rick. 6 first downs, 2 touchdowns, so only 2 plays that they've run either didn't go for a first down or a score.
Very impressive first quarter.
Here's the snap. It's going to be Huff with the handoff, and nothing doing. I think he might have got a yard, if that. East Lincoln defense pursuing very well. Actually going to stop him at the line of scrimmage. You're going to put it right back on the 26, so no gain.
So Huff's last 2 carries have come up with no yards.
Second down 10.
6 carries on the night for only 6 yards thus far.
Again, it's going to be handed off to Huff, this time straight up into the middle of the East Lincoln defense. A little bit of running room out to the 30-yard line. They'll give him 4.
Notice one change in the East Lincoln defense. They've put both Bryant and Tristan Dennis on the defensive line on the same side now, which makes them a little bit bigger up front and more athletic because both guys have played that defensive end position.
Here's a problem now, Rick. Maiden again faced with 3rd down and long,
Yes,
3rd and 6 for a first down. 2:25 to go here in the first quarter. And the quarterback takes it. He swings it out in the flat, and Huff catches it, but a good pursuit by the Mustang defense. Number 44.
Yes, that's Shink. That's the guy
Shink.
that was wanting to know how
all over that play.
Go.
That pass will go for a -1. A loss of a yard as it is complete, but nothing doing for the Blue Devils.
So another punting situation for Maiden. Painter's back on the punt again, number 11. And deep now, this time looks like number 4, Dollar for East Lincoln. He's the only deep back this time.
Tell you what, the East Lincoln defense, we talk about the offense all the time, and we try to mention the defense because they're pretty good.
They're pretty good, no doubt.
It seems to be getting better every week, which is scary for all 2A teams that might have to face them down the road. This punt will bounce at the 46, and Maiden's Preston Hester
Catches
grab it right there.
Mm-hmm.
So the ball down at the 46-yard line. That's where East Lincoln will start, 1st and 10. Well, let's see what they do here. 3rd possession of the night. And this is, Rick, their best field position. If you notice the trend, Maiden's field position, well, Maiden's field position's gotten worse all 3 times. East Lincoln has gotten better. And it's not like the bad field position has stopped them either. 1st and 10 from the 46 for the Mustangs. 1.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Surratt looking the field over. 1 receiver to each side. Throws it out in the flat where he's got number 6, Valentine. He breaks the tackle, 40-yard line to the 30. Valentine down the sideline, cuts it inside to the 15. Valentine caught from behind and loses the ball. Maiden's got it. That's number 20, Hernandez, picking up the fumble, and he will be slung down at the 10-yard line, but the Blue Devils will take that. How about that play?
Wow.
Demarius Valentine streaking down the sideline, cuts it back in, and tries to break a couple tackles, and has the ball jarred loose by Maiden. And Valentine, Rick, on that play, got to give him about 38 yards.
38 yards. All right. I was waiting on that number from you.
38, but the big key there is the fumble. And Maiden takes over at its own 12-yard line, 1st and 10, first turnover of the game. It goes Maiden's way.
Huge break for the Blue Devils. They were looking to be down 3 scores.
And now pinned deep, it will be Huff.
Nowhere to go.
Yep, penalty marker comes in as Huff is just forced backwards the entire time down that line of scrimmage. East Lincoln with good pursuit.
Trevor Childress, number 28, there to make the stop. Also strung out by those defensive corners for East Lincoln. Referee's talking this one over.
Yep, we'll check the penalty for you here. Just 1:03 left to go here.
Shandy getting a close-up of the officials talking things over. And we still don't know what the penalty is. Got a
personal foul face mask on East Lincoln.
Okay.
Well, that'll get Maiden out of the hole a little bit. The problem is, Rick, on the play, I don't know if it's going to give them an automatic first down or not, but the problem is they lost yardage.
Yes, they did.
If they're taking that out to the 14, or excuse me, the 19, that tells me they lost 8 yards all the way back to the 4. And then the 15-yard penalty will move it out to the 19.
So Huff loses 8. And a penalty on East Lincoln. That's their 3rd. That's a big one right there, though. It gives Maiden, well, they got it first.
Yeah, I don't know. That can't be right. If it's an automatic first down, you move the chains. Well, never mind. I guess it was was that the first play?
That was first play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a break for Maiden. You love to have 1st and 3 all night. But I think they may have just gave some back. We got a penalty marker here before the play can start. Of course, East Lincoln is walking backwards. Actually, it's on Maiden, though, illegal procedure. Is that their first one?
Yes, that's their first penalty, a 5-yarder. Now it'll be 1st and 8.
Yeah, this thing's moving all kind of ways, but staying in between the chains. 1st down and 8 for the Blue Devils with 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. East Lincoln, the Mustangs on top, 14-7 on the TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard, and got Maiden pinned deep in its own territory with a 1st and 8. Here's the snap. It's going to be Farley rolling to his right. I tell you, the option play is going to run out of options in a hurry.
Sure is.
Against that defense.
42, Eric Thomas.
The weatherman.
The weatherman up on the stop.
Going to lose a yard. Back to the 13 is Farley.
So Farley now back-to-back losses on his carries is down to 10 yards rushing for the night.
Lincoln Soccer also a winner tonight, Rick. 6-0 over Trinity.
So they
in the second round.
East Lincoln gets in that neutral zone again, so it's going to be another 5-yard penalty on the Mustangs.
Yep, right before we could get finished with quarter number 1. 2 seconds to go in the quarter, and they may start it here on the penalty. I think high schools have started doing that. They move it out to the 18, the 5-yard penalty marked off against the Mustangs. A lot of little 5-yarders here on East Lincoln in the early going. That's their third, right? Third on jumping in the neutral zone. And the quarter will come to an end. First quarter in the books here. You're listening to high school football on the CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network, TRT Trailer Scoreboard. After 1 quarter, it's East Lincoln 14, Maiden 7.
Since 1986, Watson Carpet and Tile in Lincoln has been serving this area with the finest in floor coverings, with famous name brands like Armstrong, Shaw, Mannington, and more, and not to mention professional installation. From carpeting to ceramic tile, to laminate flooring to wood flooring to vinyl, countertops, and more. Watson Carpet and Tile in Lincoln can help, and their friendly staff is there to help you with your selection. Visit them today at 2129 East Main Street in Lincoln, or visit them online at watsoncarpet.com. Cars that were built to be driven. That's Dodge from Abernathy, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in Lincoln. See the all-new 2014 Dodge Challenger starting at $26,495. The 2014 Dodge Charger starting at $26,995. The 2014 Dodge Grand Caravan starting at $28,995. And the 014 Dodge Journey starting at $19,995. Dodge. Cars that were built to be driven. See the lineup today at Abernathy, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, 1442 East Main Street, Lincoln.
Forte, not much room to go there.
Sonny Forte has the only Maiden touchdown on that 1-yard run back in the first. But not many yards there, if any, there.
So going to spot it out at the, no gain, Rick.
No gain.
Spot it out at the 19. That's 1 yard, I should say.
Okay.
Give him a yard. Now East Lincoln jumps again. Left side of the defensive line this time. So they're going to give Maiden the free first down here. 5 yards will be stepped off. Just underway here in the second quarter. Maiden picking up a first down the easy way. 4th time tonight the East Lincoln defense has jumped offside on the hard count.
That's the 7th first down for Maiden.
The New York Football Giants and the Colts. Rick, that's a rematch of the 58.
58? Was it 58?
Yeah, 1958. Here's a handoff trying to get outside. It's Huff, and he gets outside, but he goes completely out of bounds. East Lincoln is just not allowing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders right there.
I tell you what, they are doing a great job of not letting Maiden get around the corner. Not once yet in the early going here has Maiden been able to turn the corner. And he's going to lose 4 yards back to the 20. Does Huff. 2nd down. 13 yards to go is what the scoreboard says. Ball at the 20. Maiden signaling the play in. Play clock down to 7. I don't know if they're going to snap it before the play clock runs out or use a timeout. Now they're set. 2 seconds on the play clock, and we got a timeout by the Blue Devils. Coaching staff calls that one. Timeout on the field. 11-12 to go here in quarter number 2 till the half. TRT Trailer Sales Scoreboard still East Lincoln 14, Maiden 7.
Your football food headquarters is the Home Place Restaurant on Highway 27 west of Lincoln. And every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, when you purchase a meal, you'll get a free drink when you mention you're headed to a football game. Just tell the waitress you're on your way to a football game, any football game, middle school, pee-wee, high school, JV, and you get a free drink. Offer good for any football game Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Don't forget the Home Place Restaurant for your holiday catering. The Home Place Restaurant, 2 miles west of Lincoln and Highway 27. Open 11 to 8 Monday through Saturday. Like us on Facebook, too.
The Sandy Time Figure Funeral Home, Cremation Center. The Sandy Time Figure Funeral Home, Cremation your time of need.
And welcome back here to Maiden, and the Blue Devils following a timeout set for a 2nd down and 13 here. Man in motion going from the left to right. Quarterback Farley back to throw, rolling to his right, now throwing it completely out of bounds over the East Lincoln sideline and incomplete. And now surely the referee's not going to call grounding on that. He threw a flag out there near the quarterback. I mean, what else you got to do?
I mean, yeah, you don't want to.
You're doing what you're doing what you're coached to do.
Absolutely, I don't agree with that.
And he does call grounding. That is bad.
Coach Snyder is all livid.
That's a very bad. That's a very, very bad. If that's the rule in high school football, it needs to be changed by daylight. That's bad. Intentional grounding called on Maiden. He throws it downfield, throws it out of bounds where nobody can get it. He's way out of the pocket, which I don't think the pocket matters in high school, but still, you throw it. It's not like he just turned and threw it sideways, Rick. He threw it upfield 20 yards.
Yes, he did. Definitely threw it. No receiver in the area. Well,
they put it back there where he was. So that's going to go back to the 3. That's going to go down as a 17-yard penalty. And, boy, that puts Maiden back in a big hole here with 11 minutes to go in the half.
Yeah, 3rd and long, very long.
3rd and about 30.
Yeah, I don't agree with that call at all.
Straight up the middle and nothing doing, just trying to get a little bit of room for the punter here, or the Blue Devils.
T.J. McClain, number 51 on the stop. That was Farley on the carry.
Farley carried it himself for just 2 yards. I'll make it 3 yards out to the 6.
So another punting situation, Painter.
Yeah, after the opening drive for Maiden, where they went 52 yards for the touchdown, they've been held in check. This will be the 3rd straight punt now for the Blue Devils, and this time it'll be out of their own end zone.
Xavier Huff, the leading ball carrier, -3 yards rushing at this point.
And this is a team that just piled up a lot of yardage last week against West Lincoln. The punt is low, a line drive end over end, and I think it's a Maiden player, but it bounces right to Chaz Surratt. He's out at the 30, the 20, Surratt to the 10, Surratt down the sideline, and upended at about the 2, maybe the 1 yard line before Chaz Surratt is forced out of bounds. Took a hard hit.
He sure did, David.
But got up quickly, and he just returned that punt, Rick, about roughly 40 yards to put East Lincoln in scoring position here. 1st and goal from the Maiden 1 yard line.
Wow, kind of surprised that Surratt's back there returning a punt.
Well, you see why.
Yeah. You see why, but he is limping a little bit too. So
I don't know if it bounced off of an East Lincoln helmet or a Maiden helmet. You couldn't tell from here, but it didn't matter because Surratt was all over it.
So East Lincoln now just a yard away from putting another touchdown on the board.
Yes, they are. A team that is so hard to stop.
And Surratt calls his own number.
Keeps it himself, takes it right up into the middle of the defense, into the end zone for the touchdown. Another
one-play drive.
Elizabeth Lackey, Century 21 Town and Country Realty touchdown for the Mustangs as they are in there for the 3rd time tonight, extending their lead to 20-7. Surratt 1 yard run on this one. And now Strupp on to attempt the extra point.
Strupp and holding is number 15. That's Carson Philemon.
Here's the snap, and the kick by Strupp is up, and it is good. So another touchdown for the Mustangs, sponsored by Elizabeth Lackey, Century 21 Town and Country Realty. TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard now with 9:55 to go into halftime. All Mustangs here. It's 21-7 East Lincoln.
Hello, this is Dr. Paul Cloniger, and I have some exciting news to share. Affordable dental implants are finally here. Did you know that dental implants can help secure that miserable fitting denture? If you are missing teeth that affect the way you look, let me help rebuild the smile of your dreams. Using state-of-the-art technology, my staff and I can engineer a smile specifically for you. In addition to implants, we do root canals, extractions, dentures, crowns, anything necessary to help you gain that confidence in your smile. To schedule a free implant consultation, call 704-435-6916 or visit us on paulclonigerdentistry.com.
Quality.
variations in Lincolnton is Turner Houser Insurance. Call 704-732-9577.
And we're back at Maiden, where the Mustangs now set to kick off. Tell you what, East Lincoln's got the offense in high gear. Only time they stopped themselves with a fumble. And now Farley on the kick return for Maiden catches it at about the 23, takes it across the 30, and knocked out of bounds at about the 32-yard line is Caleb Farley. So Maiden, next possession, will start 1st and 10 from the 31. 32, we'll call it.
Maiden 5 for 5 through the air with some good positive yardage, but the rushing attack has just been completely shut down by this East Lincoln defense.
At the half, Forest View leads Hunter Huss 14-6. South Point in the third quarter leading North Gaston 34-10. And here's a snap. Farley back to throw, throws it out in the flat. Now they're going to reverse field with Huff. Huff out to the 30, Huff to the 33, but a penalty marker down in the backfield. I don't know what that might be over there near the sideline where number 24 Huff was running the football. And it was kind of 5 yards in behind him, though. East Lincoln pursuit is so good on that defense. It's a false start or an illegal formation since they didn't blow it dead before the play, wouldn't have mattered. And East Lincoln's going to take the penalty, move it back 5 yards to the Maiden 27. So 1st and 15 now.
So after all that, we do it all over again, -5.
Yep. I know Maiden getting a little drawing up a few plays, a little running different things here, trying to get something going against this East Lincoln defense. I tell you, between the defense, Holden, and the offense scoring at will. Now Maiden straight up the middle, got room. There goes Huff. He's going to go to the house. The 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Xavier Huff. And there is a penalty marker.
Oh, my goodness. Where's it at?
And if this is the same thing, I could see Coach Snyder blowing a gasket here for Maiden. We've got to see what the penalty is, but the flag is out, but I don't see an official back at it.
Well, officials now pointing back to the flag.
73 yards on the run by Xavier Huff, but it's not going to count.
Coming back is
holding on the Blue Devils. Wow. So a 77-yard rush for nothing. Call back, Xavier Huff. Once he broke through, Rick, there was no catching him.
Yeah, it was, and I thought it was a good read by the Blue Devils because there was a big opening in there, but the way the East Lincoln defense was set up.
And I can understand the
Maiden fans are livid, so are the coaches.
I can understand it, Rick, because frustrated because you can't stop East Lincoln, and now Maiden getting called with the holding call that's going to move it back to the 17-yard line. So they called it right on the line of scrimmage. That's just a 10-yard penalty.
Okay.
But Jason said behind us at Huff's, tired.
He's got to be winded on
that
for sure.
Running 70 yards now. Got to move it back 10 yards. And the worst part for the Mustangs, they're facing first down now at about 25. And it will be Farley on the keeper this time, and he's going to get it out to the 21-yard line, a gain of 4.
T.J. McLean makes the stop.
That's just not a lot of yardage when you're looking at 25 yards. East Lincoln now at the ball at the 21. They got to get it to the 42 for a first down.
Farley now 7 carries, only 17 yards.
That looks like a mile whenever you're playing against this East Lincoln defense who will not let you around the corner. What's the size of that defensive line in the interior there?
Well,
52 and 98. 99. Well, that's Warren Sapp, I think.
99 is Christian Tyson Braun. He's 240. And Christian Dennis
when he was a sophomore on the line, Rick, he was 140.
140, yep.
Got a whistle again here, but it's a timeout taken before the snap. This timeout is taken by Maiden. And while there is a timeout, we'll just keep it here, and I think it'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll give you a few scores from around. Thomas Jefferson beat Pine Lake Prep tonight 27-18. They're still in the running for the conference championship, tied with Bessemer City, correct, for first place? Behind Bessemer City?
Okay,
so Bessemer City is still. Thomas Jefferson's got to have Cherryville pull off the upset Friday.
Thomas Jefferson's got to win Friday, and Cherryville pull the upset, yes.
Forest View leads Huss 14-6 at half. South Point in the third quarter leading North Gaston by a score of 34-10. Also, it is Ashbrook defeating Lake Norman Charter tonight. That one's a final. Ashbrook moves to 5-5, 4-2, 54-14 tonight over Lake Norman Charter. East Gaston 35, Kramer 6. That one's at the half. And East Rutherford trying to pull off a mild upset. They lead RS Central in the second quarter 9-6.
9-6.
And down at North Lincoln, Ryan Herman reporting Statesville all over the Knights tonight. 34-9 now in the second half. Statesville leading.
Looks like I'm going to miss that one for sure. I was hoping North could pull that one out with that running attack, but Statesville doing a good job.
So back on the field now, Maiden with the ball at their own 21-yard line. Second down, about 21 to go. Clock is at 8:38 to go in the half. East Lincoln up 21-7. And here's a snap, and Farley back to throw. And under heavy pressure, is he going to have time to throw? He is not.
He's not.
He's going to be brought down. He's
53.
fortunate. Not that it matters, but it won't be a sack because he got back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he got, 21-yard line, no gain.
Lucas Lembeck on another stop, number 53.
Guess what, Rick? We got a flag, and it's another illegal formation on Maiden.
Oh, my goodness.
So that play won't even count.
That won't count either?
Actually, East Lincoln's going to wave this one off.
Okay. So it will go down as a...
They wave it off, they get the ball quicker.
Yep. And that's what they want to do for sure.
Well, when you hold them to no gain and it's going to be 3rd and 21, there's no reason.
So Maiden, no huddle, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
There goes a man in motion, Kimball. And the ball on the ground, but Farley does a good job picking it up. Now just going to sling it long, intended for Poovey. And Poovey cannot make the catch down the left sideline. Sam Poovey, the intended receiver, goes off his hands, out of bounds, incomplete.
And good coverage by number 6, Valentine.
So, Rick, after we keep saying this for Maiden, but after a 52-yard drive to open the game and take a 7-0 lead, this will be the 4th consecutive punt now. 4th consecutive drive to end in a punt for the Maiden Blue Devils. And punts aren't a bad thing unless the opponent's scoring every time. And East has scored 3 out of 4 possessions.
Painter punting again. Low snap.
Punting to Valentine, but I think it's going to be too short for Valentine. It will bounce at the 48-yard line, take a Maiden bounce, and go out of bounds in East Lincoln territory at the 48, 49. How about the 46?
46, going to walk it back to the 46-yard line. But great field position for the Mustangs again.
34 yards on the punt, no return. East Lincoln takes over. Now 1st and 10 from their own 46. You're listening to High School Football on the CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. East Lincoln conference leading East Lincoln, number 1 in the state in the 2A poll, East Lincoln. And they're showing why tonight here halfway through quarter number 2. They lead 21-7 over Maiden, and Chaz Surratt brings his troops to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. Surratt looks one way, now throws the other for Sage Surratt, and he's caught it, but going to be wrapped up immediately. He'll still pick up 4 yards to the 50. And it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Mustangs as the clock continues to run.
Sage Surratt, that's his only his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and you think Chaz will probably start looking his way a little bit more here. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. My guess is either Banks or Valentine. We'll see who gets up here. 21 it is, and that is Banks, Colton Banks. 4 yards to the 46 of Maiden. And now it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Mustangs. And Surratt's going to keep it himself, and he's not going to get it.
No, he's not.
Kept his balance for a moment. Now he's wrapped up in the backfield. And probably going to lose yardage on that one, Rick.
How often do you see that? Number 55 from Maiden makes the stop. That's Josh Danner.
A 4-yard loss for Surratt back to midfield. Not only do you see Surratt have very few losses on plays, but you hardly ever even see any out of the whole offense.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is a 4-yard loss back to midfield, and East Lincoln, well, looks like they're at least going to punt it away. Strupp back there for the Mustangs deep.
They do have Chaz
They sure do.
out back.
And it will be snapped to Strupp, and he will punt it. And it's a low punt that will be taken. No, it won't. It'll bounce at the 30. And it'll roll inside the 30 to about the 25-yard line. 25-yard punt without a return. And Maiden will take over 1st and 10 from its own 25.
So Maiden now gets a stop defensively. Trailing by 2 scores. If they could get one on the board here before half, it would make things a whole lot brighter for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, because the Mustangs get the ball to open the second half.
Yeah.
So Maiden 1st and 10 here from their own 25-yard line. Clock down to 6:18 to go in the first half. Farley takes the snap, going to give it to Huff. Huff trying to get outside. Now watch this East Lincoln defense pursue. Huff nowhere to go. He's finally tackled out of bounds.
6 guys from East Lincoln in pursuit.
And all with the speed of Huff, the speedster for Maiden. They drop him back, Rick, at the 14-yard line.
Now the loss.
Yeah, that's going to be a loss of 11.
Wow. I tell you what, you just can't do that. I think they need to go back and attack that middle like they did when he had that 70.
Run right at those big guys.
Well, that's tough too, but still.
I mean, you got to do something.
Yep.
Because when you're trying to go wide and you're losing 11,
you can't afford to do
that. On first down, you put your team in a hole here, 2nd and 21. And that will be Farley. Now he tries to do a little quarterback draw, and he's going to get it up to about the 20. That'll be a gain of 6.
Okay, there's your positive yardage, but the trouble is it's now
after you'd already put yourself in a deep hole.
Right. You can't afford to put yourself in that deep spot, as you just mentioned.
North Lincoln with a touchdown. They draw a little bit closer to Statesville, 34-16 in the third quarter. South Point leads North Gaston 41-10. Now they run a little reverse to Huff, and he's looking to throw it. Throws it downfield and right into the hands of the Mustangs. Number 51 on the interception,
yes.
T.J. McClain.
T.J. McClain. What about that? T.J. McClain all over the field.
You know you got to run some tricks to try and move the ball in this East Lincoln defense, but wow, that one did not pay off at all. Threw the interception right into the hands of the Mustangs, McClain, and East Lincoln gets the ball right back. In great field position at the Maiden 28, 1st and 10.
Who threw that pass?
Huff.
That was Huff? Okay. I don't know why I'm straining to look out the window when I got this monitor right in front of me. Terry, why didn't you tell me that?
Well, Statesville answers quickly. They now lead 41-16.
Terry Reinhardt made the drive up here to Maiden tonight.
Clock now sits at 5:27 to go here in the first half. East Lincoln 1st and 10 after the interception at the Maiden 28. Surratt throws it out in the flat to number 21, Banks. Banks gets outside, 25-20, and finally knocked out of bounds right around the 20-yard line of Maiden, and that's close to a first down, but a couple yards short.
I tell you, Banks is hard to bring down. Makes that catch and then elusive.
8 yards on that pass play. Actually 7. They call it the 21. So 2nd down 3 for the Mustangs.
That's Banks' first catch tonight.
Now they throw one out in the flat for number 6, Valentine. He's to the 10, tries to break a tackle, but a good shoestring tackle out there by the Maiden defensive back, Mason Painter. And Valentine gets it down to the 6-yard line, a gain of 15 and a first down. So 1st and goal, Mustangs from the Maiden 6.
Chaz Surratt, 9 for 9 through the air.
Takes a snap, fakes a handoff straight up the middle into the end zone. Chaz Surratt, another Elizabeth Lackey Century 21 Town and Country Realty touchdown as the Mustangs on the board again here at the 5:05 mark. And boy, that's just, it's quiet. I mean, it's just silent.
12 men on the field. Well, maybe
Got too many on the field for Maiden.
Maybe that's why it's been so easy all year. They're playing with one too many. Well, it was actually on Maiden.
Yeah, it's on Maiden.
Wow, and still.
Yep. So Surratt with the 6-yard touchdown run here. 5:05 to go. Mustangs have extended their lead now to 27-7. 27 unanswered points with the extra point coming here from Strupp.
Strupp perfect on the night. Holding is number 15. That's Philemon.
The referee still signaling the penalty. That's what the holdup is here for the extra point. East Lincoln, Surratt with that's his first.
Second touchdown.
Second.
He's through one and now rushed for 2.
His second Elizabeth Lackey Century 21 Town and Country Realty touchdown. The extra point by Strupp. He drills it right between the uprights. 5:05 to go now until halftime. East Lincoln extends its lead here on the TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard. They lead the Maiden Blue Devils 28-7.
Pride and integrity. 3 words that describe the cars, people, and service at ProMotion Motors in Lincoln. Those same 3 words could be applied to the young athletes that take the field each week for their school. ProMotion Motors is proud to sponsor this game on the radio and internet. Come visit Lincoln County's finest auto dealer with over 15 years experience at 2527 East Main Street in Lincoln. Buy here, pay here, or let the bank do the financing. And with all credit types, everyone gets a great deal at ProMotion Motors. And ProMotion Motors is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call 704-735-0303 or go online at PromotionMotors.com. Good luck to all Lincoln County athletes. Dine in, carry.
Back here in Maiden, North Carolina, home of the Blue Devils, but the Mustangs having their way right now here in the first half. 28 unanswered points against this Maiden Blue Devil team. And, you know, while the story is East Lincoln's offense and how they can score, Rick, people are going to have to start taking note of that defense.
Well, I'm telling you what, Maiden, with their speed, has not been able to get outside at all tonight.
Have not turned the corner once, and Strupp will kick off, and this thing deep will be taken at the 1-yard line by Farley. He's at the 5, the 10. Farley out across the 20, the 30, cuts it outside to the 45 and to the 50. A good return for the Maiden Blue Devils, something they needed to get themselves some good field position, and Caleb Farley does that for them. A 49-yard kick return out to the 50-yard line.
T.J. McClain, number 51, makes the stop. But great field position for Maiden. Definitely needing a score here before half.
You're listening to the Cloninger High School Football Network, East Lincoln. Lincoln County game of the week here at Maiden, leading the Blue Devils 28-7 with 4:55 to go in the first half. And it's going to be a direct snap to Huff. He's got a little bit of room, going to pick up 2 or 3, but a lot of white shirts around him.
Yes, getting off that pile, number 6, Valentine. Also there, number 28, Trevor Childress.
3 yards to the 47. It'll be second down. And about 7 for the Blue Devils.
Tristan Dennis also getting up off the pile.
Here's a snap. And he throws this one up, and it's tipped up in the air.
Almost picked.
Intended for Sam Povey. It went off his chest, and right there was Valentine with a chance at it, but can't make the interception. Now it'll be 3rd down and 7 for Maiden. And if you're Maiden, you're throwing these passes, you're incomplete, they're stopping the clock. And here you are just 1 down away from having to punt it back to East Lincoln again. 3rd down and 7 from the East Lincoln 47. Man in motion. It'll be Farley keeping it. He's to the 45 and run out of bounds at about the 42.
Not much there again. Number 42, Eric Thomas, runs him out of bounds.
The weatherman. Actually run out at the 43, a pickup of 4, and now Maiden got a decision to make. Yeah, I don't think it's much of a decision. East Lincoln scored from wherever. It hadn't really mattered.
I know, don't matter.
They punted one time. The only other time they were stopped, they fumbled inside the 5. So Maiden going to go for it here on 4th and 3.
Could try to draw them off again because East Lincoln has jumped in that neutral zone quite a few times tonight. Actually 4 times.
Look how far East Lincoln's back off the line.
They backed off this time, didn't they?
And it's going to be a keeper, and he's not going to make it. Farley is going to be tackled as he ran a little quarterback draw. Needed 3 yards, and he got about half of it. Got about 1.5 yards. We'll give him a yard to the 42.
Number 77, Bailey George there again, and Big 90, Tristan Dennis. So East Lincoln gets it back. 3:54 remaining.
Rick, I'm looking on here, and I don't have Maiden with a first down in their last 4 possessions.
Well, they had 5 in a row early.
Been a while since they picked up a first down. Now East Lincoln with it on downs at their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10, with still plenty of time for that offense.
Yeah,
3:54.
Too much time.
Now they're going to run reverse to Valentine, and I thought he was going to look to throw it, and he does not throw it. He keeps it. Not much running room. He's going to be run out of bounds, and there was a very close to a block in the back on that other side, but no call on it, and I think probably the right call. I think he got his head in front of the defender before he blocked him, and nonetheless minimal gain for number 6 Valentine. He gets it up to the 44, and that's only 2 yards. He ran about 30 to get that 2 yards.
Haven't seen that play out of East Lincoln this year. Of course, they haven't needed it.
No, they haven't.
Demarius Valentine now 3 carries, only 4 yards, but 1 was a touchdown run.
Here's the snap, and losing footing there's number 21, Colton Banks.
Well, good pursuit there by the Mustangs, stopping number 85.
Actually going to go down at the 42, a loss of 2.
Woods, number 85, makes the stop.
Now big 3rd down and 10. East Lincoln not under a lot of pressure to get the first down, but Maiden, on the other hand, would love to get a stop here with 3:15 to go and get the ball back. 3rd and 10 Mustangs from their own 42. Surratt aligning the offense. 3 receivers on this side, the right side. Takes it, fakes a handoff, drops back, throws it to his brother Sage at the midfield stripe. He's got it, but going to be a couple yards short. Needed 10. He gets 8 of it to the 50-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 2. So if you're East Lincoln, you're this offense, and your defense good as it is, why not go for it?
Why not go for it?
You're already up 21 points. You could really put the nail in the coffin here before halftime if you get it in the end zone.
Chaz Surratt, 10 for 10 through the air.
2:35 to go. Here's the snap. Surratt's going to keep it. Got a first down and more to the 45 and down to the 42-yard line.
And he picks up that first down.
Yep.
Preston Hester does make the stop.
8 yards for Surratt. He needed 2, and he gets 8 all the way to the 42, where it will be 1st and 10 Mustangs with 2:25 to go in the half. And now everybody moving around, changing sides. Receivers, that is, for the Mustangs. Surratt takes the snap, shotgun formation, looks downfield, rolls to his left, got a lot of time to throw. Now he's going to take off with it and go out of bounds and get it inside the 40-yard line.
Good coverage by the Maiden secondary on that play.
It will also stop the clock for the Mustangs as Surratt's minimal gain gets him 3 yards to the 39, but he knows what he's doing. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 2:01 to go.
And he actually waited for a block on that sideline from one of his offensive guys, so a good read.
Looking for that Walker Pharmacy of Newton first down here for the Mustangs. Now takes the snap, throws it out in the flat, this time to Banks. Banks to the 35, but a good open field tackle that time.
Yes, it was. Number 22 for Maiden makes the stop. That's Sam Poovey.
He does pick up 4 yards to the 35. And now to bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs. Clock running at 1:35 to go here in the half. 3rd and 3 Mustangs. Surratt takes the snap, throws it across the middle, got a receiver, Sage Surratt at the 25, and he's dropped right there, but it is another Walker Pharmacy first down for the Mustangs, a gain of 10 on that hookup, one Surratt to another. Chaz to Sage.
Tell you what, he's making it look easy. 11 for 11.
It's hard to believe it.
That is hard to believe, high school, anywhere. 11 for 11.
Now Surratt takes the snap, drops back to throw, got a receiver wide open at the goal line. Touchdown for Cameron Dollar.
Cameron Dollar pulls in his second touchdown pass of the night.
Rick, I didn't notice where he lined up. I didn't know if he's in the backfield or down over on the wide receiver position. Boy, he was all alone. He got behind the Maiden secondary, and Chaz Surratt to Cameron Dollar for 25 yards and another East Lincoln touchdown. They now lead 34-7 on the TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard, as the hookup is another Elizabeth Lackey Century 21 Town and Country Realty touchdown for the Mustangs. And boy, they didn't even use but maybe half of that time they had. Extra point by Strupp is up, and it is good. The Mustangs in control on the ClonigerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard here with 1:13 to go in the half, all East Lincoln, as they lead Maiden now 35-7.
Carry out or use their convenient drive-through window at Mitchell's Kitchen in Vale. You'll find Northbrook's finest in food. As a matter of fact, the finest food anywhere. And for a special treat, order one of their big bloomin' onions. From barbecue to fish to steaks, hamburgers and hot dogs, they've got it all at Mitchell's Kitchen in Vale. Open for breakfast too. And be sure to like them on Facebook for their specials and Sunday lunch menus. And they do catering, no matter how big or how small. Call Mitchell's Kitchen, 704-276-1055, located at the intersection of Highway 27 West and 274 in Vale.
First Federal Savings Bank wants to be your bank for life. Since 1940, First Federal Savings Bank has been proud to be a part of Lincoln County. As volunteers, parents, coaches, and leaders, they have always supported this community. Community may not be in their name, but it's in their mission. First Federal Savings Bank is proud supporters of all of our local athletes. First Federal Savings Bank has 4 convenient locations located in downtown Lincoln, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln. First Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
35-7 on the TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard. We'll have the football. 1st and 10 from its own 36. East Lincoln 7 possessions tonight, 5 touchdowns.
Yes. 2 touchdown passes from Surratt to Cameron Dollar, 2 runs by Surratt and 1 by Valentine.
And they can score so quick on you. Here's a snap. Paulie takes it, fakes a handoff, rolls to his right. Now looks to throw it back across field, and he's got Huff with a lot of room. Huff to the 40, Huff to midfield, Huff to the 45, and gets out of bounds at the 43-yard line of East Lincoln. So one of Maiden's better plays of the night, and I like the design of that with the pursuit of the East Lincoln defense. Maiden takes advantage and throws back to the other side to Huff, and Huff picks up 21. 21-yard pickup to the 43-yard line of East Lincoln now with 58 seconds to go.
Biggest gain of the night for Maiden.
Man in motion, quarterback Farley throws across the middle. It's tipped and nearly intercepted through the hands of the intended receiver. He threw it high and looked like that might be number 20. Yeah, number 20, it was intended for Hernandez. But it was thrown high, not Hernandez's fault. He got a hand on it, and he's trying to make the catch, and just goes off his hands and falls incomplete.
Torrey Haynes over there with the coverage.
2nd down and 10 for the Maiden Blue Devils from the East 43. Farley throws it out in the flat to Huff. Huff is tackled immediately.
Wow, good open field tackle. Looks like number 31 again. That's Haynes.
They have just had Huff except for the one time he broke it, but there was called back because of a penalty. They've had Huff marked all night long,
Yes, they
and that's
have.
where he's at, and that's a loss of a yard on that reception. Third down now, and about 11. Farley with the snap, throws out in the flat, and how about this? It is caught by number 5, Forte, but now he loses. He shakes one tackle and gets it up inside to about the 35 of East Lincoln. Going to be short of the first down, but a lot closer than he was on that hookup from Farley to Forte. Pickup of 9. And now it's going to be 4th down and 2 for the Maiden Blue Devils. Clock down to 3 seconds to go here. So
Wow.
it should be the last play of the first half here. And now a timeout will be taken by Maiden. Only one play left to go in the half. We'll keep it here.
Got to heave it to the end zone, you'd think.
Yep. North Lincoln, I think I saw they had scored again, Rick, and pulled to within 41-23.
Statesville, offensive explosion tonight. A lot of points.
South Point leading North Gaston with 3:37 to go in the game, 47-10. Forest View leads Hunter Huss 21-6 in the third quarter.
Forest View still undefeated in that conference.
And it's a final now. South Point beats North Gaston 47-10. Statesville now leading North Lincoln 48-23. Statesville adds another touchdown pass from Ramseur. 48-23. Greyhounds leading the Knights. That one's just right over the road from here. Here it is 35-7, and yes, East Lincoln spotted Maiden the first 7. And now 4th down and 2, but it'll be the last play of the half, only 3 seconds to go from the East Lincoln 35. Maiden takes the snap, Farley drops back to throw, throws it out in the flat for Huff. Huff catches it to 35, but I don't know about that one. He's not going anywhere. And now a penalty flag comes in. That could extend the half if it's a defensive penalty, and it looked to be a face mask. Possibly. Flag's thrown right there at the 36, near the line of scrimmage, but during the play. And the referee will give us a signal of personal foul, face mask on East Lincoln. So Farley, let's see where they mark it, Rick. On the pass reception, he actually gets no gain. Then
No gain for that.
Yep. Move it down to the 25-yard line. And that's where they didn't mark that penalty right either, by the way. They only went 10 yards.
All right, time for one more for the for Maiden.
Ball's at the 25 of East Lincoln. Farley takes the snap, looks downfield, now under pressure. Reverses field, rolls to his left, throws it in the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted, but we're going to get an interference call on East Lincoln.
Chaz Surratt picks it off.
Surratt picks it off, tries to get out of the end zone. He's dragged down, but the Maiden receiver was interfered with and could not get to the football, so we're going to get another defensive penalty here that will extend the half.
Yes, it will. As I mentioned, East Lincoln penalized 50 yards. Now they're going to tack on some more. And Maiden's going to get another shot.
Well, this will only be about a 12-yard penalty because they'll give them half the distance. Interference being signaled by the official in the white hat. They'll take it down to the 12.5-yard line. So about a 12-yard penalty.
Okay.
We'll call it the it is a first down, but it doesn't matter because only one play left, an untimed down here again for the Maiden Blue Devils. The interference was obvious in the end zone, and the thing for East Lincoln was there was no reason whatsoever to do it. Now quarterback Farley rolling to his right under heavy pressure, being chased, and just throws it out of bounds to end the half. And that's where
for him to go.
That's where it'll all end as Maiden time has run out on the Blue Devils here as they try to strike and get back in this thing right before halftime. But to no avail, the Mustangs hold the Blue Devils out of the end zone. Rick, they hold them out of the end zone for the final nearly 18 minutes.
Yes, they did.
They keep them out of the end zone. Maiden scores first. They don't score again. East Lincoln scores the next 35 unanswered. Your score here on the TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard at the half, it's East Lincoln leading the Blue Devils 35-7. You're listening to High School Football on the ClonagerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. We'll be back in a few moments for scores and stats.
When you need a ride, Specialized Transport has exactly what you're looking for, serving Gaston, Lincoln, Catawba, Burt, Caldwell, and Cleveland counties. Specialized Transport has your area covered. Ambulatory, wheelchair, and geriatric chair transport. Handicap transportation services and non-medical transport services are available as well. When you need a ride, call Dean Hastings at 704-735-5676. Specialized Transport will get you where you need to be. 704-735-5676.
When you need a dentist you can depend on and trust, think of Dr. John Les Cloninger. Les is the longest practicing of the Cloninger family of dentists. The office of Dr. John Les Cloninger will work with you and your insurance, and new patients are welcome. For preventative, cosmetic, and restorative dental care for your family, come to Les Cloninger. Located on Magnolia Street just off Laurel behind Town & Country Shopping Center in Lincoln. Call 704-732-3336. Open Monday through Thursday. Dr. John Les Cloninger.
For over 100 years, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston has been providing services to families of our community with care and compassion. And now the Stamey Funeral Home has added the Cremation Center along with a new name, the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center on Highway 182 in Falston, and the Stamey Funeral Home in Cherryville, located on Dixie Street in Cherryville, serving you with care and compassion in your time of need. Experience, not politics. That's what you get with District Attorney candidate Mike Miller. Since 1997, Mike Miller has been practicing law, including 12 as a prosecutor, 3 years as an NCIS agent, and 2 years of private practice. Mike Miller has tried hundreds of jury and non-jury trials, including armed robbery, kidnapping, and first-degree murder. And for the past 3.5 years, he has supervised the Lincoln County District Attorney Office. Experience, not politics. Mike Miller, candidate for District Attorney in Lincoln and Cleveland counties. For more information, go to MikeMillerForDA.com. This announcement paid for by friends of Mike Miller.
Our young people are our most important asset. That is why we must do all we can to ensure they have a decent chance in life by providing them with the best education we can. As parents and grandparents, we understand this well, but our state government seems to have lost its way. Legislators have shown disrespect for our teachers. Our best and brightest are leaving for other states. Please help me work for better conditions for our teachers and our children. Vote for me, Rosemary Hubbard, November 4th.
This announcement paid for by the Committee to Elect Rosemary B. Hubbard, District 97 State Legislature.
Just wondered about the all-time series because there was a time when East Lincoln could hardly ever beat Maiden. Terry tells me the all-time series still at 24-5, Rick, in Maiden's favor, 24-5. And you said going back to how far since East Lincoln won here? 82? 1982 is the last time East Lincoln has won here at Maiden. Of course, that was at the old field, so they've never won at this stadium. Of course, there again, they haven't played every year. You know, it's not like it's been that many in a row because they haven't played each other every year for a good while. East Lincoln was 3A, Maiden 2A, Maiden even 1A for a while, so they didn't play each other at all, even in non-conference. But it still has been quite a while, and as you can tell, with Maiden leading the all-time series, East Lincoln, if they play like this and have teams like this, they'll catch up in a hurry.
Yes, they will.
Because this is a really good football team here for East Lincoln, and it's going to get to the point where we start wondering, is this team better than their team that won the state championship a couple years ago?
You know, I've always thought that. I thought that 2 weeks ago, and with the defense, the way continues to improve, I mean, the sky's the limit, and they're pretty good, but it's yet to be seen. I mean, a lot of football yet to be played.
Well, the defense has been better than the offense tonight.
Yes, it
the
has.
offense has failed
Right.
to score twice. The defense has only given up one score. So think about it. This defense is really good for East Lincoln.
Well, I'll just tell you how good it is from the stats. Rushing yardage for Maiden, Caleb Farley, 11 carries, 28 yards, and the premier back, number 24, Xavier Huff, he's got 11 carries for a negative 11 yards. So
11 for negative 11.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So you think about that. So good for, that's just, you got to credit the East Lincoln defense for their pursuit on the plays tonight. Of course, there was a 77-yarder call back that Huff had scored on, but, you take that away, and it's negative yardage for Mr. Huff tonight.
Wow. I mean, it's been a total domination since the opening drive when Maiden was able to score, Rick. They took it 52 yards, was able to score an early touchdown, a Sonny Forte 1-yard touchdown run, put Maiden on top. But from that point on, man, it has just been all East Lincoln. And Chaz Surratt has been the star of this team on offense, and he's figured in, I think, on 4 of the 5 East Lincoln touchdowns.
Yes, he has. After Forte scored at the 7:47 mark, East Lincoln scores a minute and 20 seconds later. Demarius Valentine has a 1-yard touchdown run that tied it up. Then at the 3:16 mark, Chaz Surratt hits Cameron Dollar for a 4-yard touchdown pass, and East Lincoln's up 14-7. Then 3 scores for East Lincoln in that second quarter. Surratt a 1-yard touchdown run, and then Surratt again with a 6-yard touchdown run. And then Surratt hits his favorite target tonight, Cameron Dollar, on a 25-yard touchdown pass. So it's been all East Lincoln. 213 yards through the air for the Mustangs. Demarius Valentine with a 4 catches, 105 yards, and Dollar for 3 catches, 62 yards. So it's been impressive offensive showing again by the Mustangs.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Very impressive offense, and everybody talks about the offense, how good it is, how hard they are to stop, and now with the defense catching up, I'll tell you, this defense has just gotten better and better each and every week of the season. It seems like to me, and Rick, it's been a couple weeks now since we saw them, and I can tell the improvement that they've made just in that little, 2 to 3 week period since we saw East Lincoln play. I think we last saw them play Newton Conover.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And of course they played pretty good that night, but the defense didn't play anything like it is tonight.
And you're correct, and I did mention earlier, I noticed that East Lincoln had beefed up their defensive front line with Tristan Dennis and Cameron Bryan up there down in the defensive line positions on the field at the same time. But nonetheless, they've got so much speed that just has not let Maiden turn the corner at all tonight.
Well, it's been all East Lincoln here tonight in the first half ever since the opening drive. 35-7, they lead it. What you got here?
35-7 stats.
Surratt's numbers are unbelievable.
Well, he's on the other side. 13 for 13, 213 yards.
13 seems to be lucky for him.
Mm-hmm.
13 for 13. I don't know if I've seen a quarterback in high school in a long time have a perfect first half like that, and especially with that amount of attempts. Now maybe a 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 for somebody, but 13 for 13, and with the amount of yards and a couple touchdowns through the air, it's just been phenomenal night for Mr. Surratt and his teammates through the air.
He's hit 4 different receivers. His little brother Sage has caught 4. Of course, Cameron Dollar with 3 catches and 2 touchdowns, and Valentine 105 yards on 4 catches, and Colton Banks has had 2 catches for 11 yards. So it's been impressive. Not much on the running side tonight for East Lincoln. Colton Banks 5 for 31, Chaz Surratt 5 for 14, but he does have 2 touchdown runs, and Valentine 3 carries for 4 yards. Maiden, the quarterback Farley, has completed 9 out of 14 passes, but just not able to get the ball in the end zone after that first drive tonight.
East Lincoln in full control here tonight on the CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. We are at the half, and at the half we're going to take another break here. Your East Lincoln Mustangs out in front, trying to stay undefeated, move to 10-0. and stay perfect in conference play as well. TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard here at the half. It's East Lincoln on top of Maiden by a score of 35-7.
Your authorized Train dealer for Lincoln and Lincoln County is Holiday Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, located at 180 Joshua Court off Highway 27 just east of Lincoln. Holiday Heating and Cooling provides residential and commercial Train sales and top-notch service at an affordable price. Come on in now and find out more about the special offers this month from Train. Holiday Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your authorized Train dealer. Call 704-732-9238. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 4. Online at holidayhc.com.
Quality care comes with the Cloninger name. Cloninger Family Dentistry is now proud to be the dentist to the entire Lincoln and Wolves athletic program. Doctors Les, Robert, John III, and Paul Cloninger are names iconic to dentistry here for more than 40 years. Each family member graduated from UNC Chapel Hill and have their own practices in Lincoln or Cherryville. For the dental office right for you, visit www.cloningerfamilydentistry.com. United together, committed to you.
Hey, insurance companies that want to spend $1 gazillion on funny TV ads can go right ahead, as long as it's not my money paying for it. For seriously good auto, home, business, or life insurance, I go to Erie Insurance, where a great price is just the start. You get unbelievable service, independent agents you can really trust, and superior products. But don't just take it from me. Talk to your local Erie agent.
Your Erie agent in Lincolnton is Turner Hauser Insurance. Call 704-732-9577.
Good credit, bad credit, no credit? Apply today and ride today at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for some great deals with zero money down and rates as low as 2.99%. See the new Polaris Ranger 500 Crew for as low as $10,000. The brand new Yamaha Grizzly 125 is only $35.99. And for the lake, get the 2014 Yamaha Superjet for only $71.50. Full Throttle Power Sports. Exit 22 off I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. It's fall cleanup time from Toro and Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Clean it up with a Toro, the best on the block. Take a look at the Toro Time Cutter SS5000 with a 3-in-1 cutting system, automatic braking system, an exclusive smart speed control, and powerful Kohler or Kawasaki engine. And now only $26.99. That's right, only $26.99 from Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive at the Oak Grove Road, Highway 74 Bypass intersection, Kings Mountain. Get your free loader when you buy Coyote's CK Series or DK Series tractor from West End Sales in Vail. But that's not all. There's some great offers going on now at West End Sales in Vail, like 0% financing for 54 months on all Bobcat and Grasshopper mowers. Get 7% financing for 60 months on all Vermeer round balers and disc mowers. And how about $120 per month for a Bobcat Fast Cat mower and a brand new 5x10 trailer, both for only $120 per month. See West End Sales for all the details. West End Sales, Highway 18, 27 intersection in Vail.
Reported on here throughout the rest of the first quarter and the second quarter. How many of those touchdowns were in the second period?
3 touchdowns in the second quarter, yeah. I actually had 3 in the first, 3 in the second, but Maiden did get the first one of the night. I'll just run through it again. Damaris Valentine scored at the 6:27 mark in the first quarter. Then Surratt hooked up with Cameron Dollar at the 3:16 mark in the first quarter. So, of course, Maiden did score first, so that made the score 14-7 after 1. Then it was all Surratt and East Lincoln. Then that second quarter, Surratt had a 1-yard touchdown run, followed by another touchdown run of 6 yards, and then Surratt hit Dollar for that 25-yard touchdown pass with 1:13 remaining before half. And Strupp has been perfect from the extra points tonight. So 35-7, East Lincoln leading here at Maiden tonight.
Yep, Mustangs in control and looking to stay undefeated and move to 10-0 double digits, Rick, looking to move to 10-0 on the season here tonight, and it doesn't look like anything is going to stop them from getting there, at least up until this point, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're just playing well again tonight, defensively and offensively. I will mention some of these defensive players that we've been talking about on this East Lincoln team. It makes them so good. I mean, you got the linebackers, T.J. McClain and Matt Schink, who play really well, and you have Torrey Hayes also at linebacker. Chris Tomlin, defensive back. Valentine's also at that defensive back position. But you look at that defensive line with George, Dennis, and Bryant, and Lambic, that makes them really big up front. Everybody's over 200 pounds on that defensive front. So very, very solid defensive unit.
Yes, they are, and we keep on dwelling on it, but because this defense is really overlooked a lot of times because the offense is so good, but they have really come to play the last few weeks, and it's really showing tonight. And, Maiden got banged up with a couple injuries. That's showing as well. But East Lincoln just don't give you hardly anything. And, even a big play Maiden did break there, Rick, at one point where Huff went up the middle of the defense and broke it outside for a long touchdown, was called back. Went 73 yards, I think it was, 73 yards, and it was called back due to a illegal formation penalty. I guess not enough men on the line of scrimmage or something there that got it called back. But, boy, they just don't give you a lot of big plays because East Lincoln has team speed on both sides of the football.
And we've seen some odd penalties tonight called on Maiden in that first half. The throw out of bounds was called intentional grounding, which really set them back into some serious field position also. And, the big penalty on that touchdown run negated 7 points. So, kind of disheartening for Maiden at times.
Some scores to pass along to you before we take another break here. Pine Lake Prep falls to Thomas Jefferson tonight. Thomas Jefferson improves to 7-3, 3-1 in conference play, 27-18 over Pine Lake Prep. Forest View leading Hunter Huss in the fourth quarter, 28-12. Hunter Huss, giving them a good battle tonight.
Yes, they are.
Down at Hunter Huss, so playing them tough, but Forest View starting to pull away now as they extend their lead to 28-12 here in the fourth. South Point wins over North Gaston 47-10. South Point now 5-1 in conference play. Looks like they'll wrap up the number 2 in that conference, Rick, as they are just right behind Forest View. Lost that overtime game to Forest View. Ashbrook, a big winner tonight over Lake Norman Charter, 54-14 over Lake Norman Charter. So Ashbrook improves to 5-5, 4-2 in conference play. East Gaston was leading Kramer. Last score we had was 35-6. Midway through the third quarter, East Rutherford leads RS Central 9-6, and the last score we had on the North Lincoln Knights and Statesville Greyhounds, Statesville winning 48-23 late in the third quarter of that game. A lot of points being put up, but unfortunately for North Lincoln, most of them going to Greyhounds.
Going the other way, yes.
We'll take another timeout here with East Lincoln leading Maiden on the TRT Trailer Sales scoreboard 35-7. Back with second half action after this timeout.
The old saying, "You can't keep a good man down," now applies to Brookwood Cafe and Catering. The new Brookwood Cafe and Catering is located on Providence Mill Road in Maiden, featuring the same great food and service you remember. The world's greatest fried chicken and world-famous penny browns once again satisfy your appetite. Brookwood Cafe and Catering is serving the same great breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Brookwood Cafe and Catering on Providence Mill Road in Maiden. Stop by before the game or call ahead for your tailgate items, 828-428-8944.
When it comes time to cut the grass, you'll be more than happy to do it on your new Husqvarna zero-turn mower or tractor mower from Carolina Hardware and Garden Center in Lincoln. You'll find one that's right for your lawn and your pocketbook, and get free delivery of your new mower. And now is the time to service your old mower. Bring it on in or call for pickup and delivery. From parts to service to a brand new Husqvarna mower, they do it all at Carolina Hardware and Garden Center on the Reachville Road in Lincoln, your Husqvarna dealer in this area. At Al Lane Kubota Toro in Lincoln, you can count on it. Count on Al Lane for the best deal. Count on Al Lane for the best price. Count on Al Lane for the best service. come see the full line of Toro mowers. And right now, get 0% financing for 48 months. See the Toro Time Cutter 42-inch mower, or the Toro Z-Master Commercial with a 52-inch cut, or the Big Titan ZX 5400 with a big 54-inch cut. And all at 0% financing for 48 months. At Al Lane's Kubota Toro, Highway 27 east of Lincoln. Visit them online at KubotaofLincoln.com.
We're community minded. We believe in what we do. We love this town. We live in just like you.
We're a community bank. That's why we always try to approach things from a community-minded point of view. When something is in the best interest of the communities we serve, it's good for us as well. We're community-minded, just like you.
Carolina Trust Bank. Member FDIC. Community minded just like you.
We're community minded. Just like you.
Eddie's Auto Parts in Lincoln has new owners. Tim Beam and Jeff Powell invite you to come by and see them for all of your auto parts needs, from batteries to heavy duty to farm. See Tim and Jeff today at Eddie's Auto Parts, 2514 East Main Street in Lincoln. Give them a call at 704-732-0768.
Roll in to Conquest and roll on.
He's back. The local friendly dentist, Dr. Robert Truman Cloninger, has resumed his popular practice in Lincoln. All his friends and patients are so excited to have this beloved man back doing their dental work. Dr. Robert Truman Cloninger is located, as always, at 910 Doncha Drive in Lincoln. For details or an appointment, call 704-735-3014. For a relaxed atmosphere and a personable dentist everyone can talk to and relate to, come see the local friendly dentist. He's back, Dr. Robert Truman Cloninger of Lincolnton. Sleep apnea is the interruption of sleep by a blockage to breathing. 8 million Americans go undiagnosed for sleep apnea. Dr. John L. Cloninger III of Lincoln can help you with sleep apnea problems. John III is a member of the American Academy of Dental Sleep Medicine. He can help you now overcome the symptoms of obstructive sleep apnea, such as excessive daytime sleep, loud snoring, episodes of breathing cessation where you stop breathing, dry mouth and sore throat, morning headaches, insomnia, attention problems, and more. John III is concerned that patients don't know there are treatments for obstructive sleep apnea, from CPAP to dental appliances or even surgery. John III offers a free consultation for anyone with symptoms of sleep apnea. Just call 704-735-0765 or come by 904 Doncha Drive in Lincoln to make an appointment. Sleep longer, smile brighter, live happier. Let Dr. John L. Cloninger III put his 21 years of dentistry experience to work for you.
That puts them 3-3, but puts them ahead. Yep, 7-4 overall, 3-3. So both those teams are 3A teams as well. So that is that if North Lincoln gets in, which they probably 50-50 to get in, they will be on the road no matter what with that 2-4 conference record.
Sure hate that North Lincoln's 3A and not in the conference with us or in the SD7. Sure would be nice if all Lincoln County schools were the same, but
realignment will be coming up here within the next couple months. Of course, the problem is it's still 2 years away before it will go into effect. East Lincoln awaiting the second half kickoff as we speak here. After they go to the fourth quarter down at Hunter Huss, Forest View still on top 28-12 in that game.
Kicking off for Maiden, number 32, Michael Howard.
And it will sail to the 29-yard line, and East Lincoln will take it not far. Didn't catch the number on the return man, but
try to catch him
only about 7 yards out to the 36 on the return. Good pursuit.
Number 20,
Maiden.
24, East Lincoln, Grant Athey.
So Athey gets it out to the 37. That's where East Lincoln will start the second half. They're on 27, 1st and 10. On 37, excuse me. Thank you for tuning in to the ClonigerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. Surratt throws it out in the flat. That's Valentine to the 40. And Valentine out to the 44-yard line, 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
Well, Chad Surratt picking up where he left off.
You have to be ready to roll when you're broadcasting or keeping stats or whatever it may be of an East Lincoln game. Now, Surratt throws it out in the flat. It's caught and then fumbled. But the East Lincoln receiver, I'll get his number for you here in a minute, that's Sage Surratt, who falls on it.
So it goes down as another completion.
Another completion, but then a fumble, and it's back at the 42, so a loss of 2 on that one.
Loses 2 on that one.
Now it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs. Maiden defense, they'd love nothing more than get a 3 and out to start the second half here, as much as they've been on the field tonight. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and I think going to be stopped shy of the 1st down. And that is number 21, the ball carrier, Colton Banks. 3 yards to the 45.
So it will bring up a 4th down. Stop was made by Brian Barnett for Maiden.
And we got an injured Mustang on the field, slow to get up, number 72 for the Mustangs, Grant Bishop.
Bishop, a senior offensive lineman.
Still down on the field. Now 3 or 4 guys get around him and pick him up.
Big young man, 330 pounds listed.
Yep.
I believe he's going to be okay going off on his own power.
He is a load. And you're right, Rick gets off under his own power, and the coaching staff is glad.
Oh, yeah.
For a couple reasons. So ball's at the 45-yard line. Big 4th down and 2. East Lincoln lining up to go for it. Surratt in shotgun formation with Banks to his right. 2 receivers split, 1 to each side. And here's a snap, and Surratt's going to keep it himself, trying to get outside. Not going to make it. And now a penalty marker comes in.
Good pursuit, good defensive tackling by number 10 and 13 for Maiden. That's Williams, Ty Williams, and John.
That's holding, Rick, on Maiden, and that's going to be declined by the Blue Devils. They get a stop here on the first possession.
Oh, holding on East, okay.
Yep. Holding on the Mustangs, offensive holding, and the Surratt didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, I don't think. Well, they're going to mark it at the 45, so evidently he did, but no gain. And Maiden will take over on downs as East Lincoln's first drive here of the second half results in 4 and out. So a good job by the Maiden defense to keep send East Lincoln offense off the field. So 1st and 10, and now a little shovel pass to Kimball, trying to get outside and not much doing. It closes in a hurry. Kimball barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, running 30 yards and gaining nothing on that play.
I just don't know what exactly is open against that East Lincoln defense unless you find holes in the zone. You know, we need to look and see if it's open up the second half here playing man or zone on the pass defense, but Maiden's not throwing a lot downfield. They're throwing some out in the flats, but East Lincoln's pursuit is just too good, too quick to allow anything to happen with that. Now here's a handoff up the middle, and that's a good game by number 5, Forte, inside the 40, inside the 35, and down near the 30-yard line, Asani Forte, 15 yards and a 1st down for the Maiden Blue Devils.
Forte, 2 carries in that first half for 2 yards. One was the only Maiden touchdown. So that is the biggest gain of the night on the ground for, Maiden.
I don't think Maiden had a 1st down in the second quarter, Rick. That's their first one since the first quarter, by my calculations. And now a keeper.
Keeper by Farley, yes.
Farley up the middle, going to get about 3 yards to the 27. 2nd down 7 for the Maiden Blue Devils. Maiden cuts to the line of scrimmage. And the snap, this time it will be another keeper by Farley. Fake the handoff, going to get down near the 20 this time. Call it to 21, a gain of 6.
And this seems to be where Maiden can have its success running right out the middle. Of course, we talked about it before.
Leaves Maiden with a 3rd down and 1.
Very manageable. Got to be in 2-down territory, trailing by 4 scores.
The Indianapolis Colts lead the New York Giants 10-0.
10-0.
First quarter.
I need some fantasy points tonight.
Handoff this time up the middle. That's Forte again, and he's got a 1st down as he gets inside the 20 to the 18. 3-yard pickup for Forte, and importantly for Maiden, it is a 1st down.
Yes, keeps those chains moving.
East Lincoln leading, if you just tuned in, 35-7. That was our halftime score, and we're now down to 8:24 to go here in the 3rd. East Lincoln on top. Man in motion, and it's going to be a handoff again to Forte. This time he's down to about the 15. Asani Forte, a 6', 175-pound junior on the carry. Now he's slow to get up. I think that's, I may be wrong, it may not be Forte, but yes,
yeah,
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, they give him 3 yards to the 15. But now he's going to have to have assistance to get off the field, it would appear. And now he gets to, at least he gets to where he's sitting upright, and a couple of the trainers help him to his feet, and he's going to come off now under his own power, holding that hip.
Yeah, he is.
Sometimes those hard shots to the hips can be painful. Got him leaning a little bit, don't it?
Yes, it does.
But he is coming off the field under his own power, Asani Forte, and Maiden will be faced now with 2nd down and 7 from the 15-yard line of the East Lincoln Mustangs with 8:12 to go. Clock running here, and the play clock down as well down to 20 as the Blue Devils just now getting back out on the field.
Well, still plenty of time to get the play off.
Down to 10 now. 2nd down 7. It will be a handoff to Hernandez, and he's going nowhere.
Wow. Hernandez on his first carry met hard by Demarius Valentine.
Tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 7 from the East Lincoln 15-yard line for the Maiden Blue Devils. 35 straight points for East Lincoln after they spotted Maiden a 7-0 lead. And that's where we stand, 35-7. And just a glimpse of Canadian football on our screen as the wide receiver got himself about an 8-yard jump.
And he got caught. That's the bad
Well, the thing is, 10 guys didn't know the snap count, but he did. That's his story, right?
Yeah, that's his story, yeah. So a 5-yard penalty against Maiden. It's now going to make it 3rd.
Makes it a little tougher.
Yes, it does.
Moves it back to the 20-yard line. You're going to jump, you might as well do it right.
That's right.
3rd down and 12. Man in motion. Coming this way is Kimball. Here's the snap. And Farley going to wind up, throw it in the end zone for Kimball, but it's going to be intercepted by number 5.
That's Blake Strupp.
Blake Strupp. The kicker just got an interception.
Wow.
So he don't just kick.
So that's the 2nd interception tonight by East Lincoln now. T.J. McLean had one, and now Blake Strupp comes up with another one.
And that's why it's got kicker/defensive back.
That sure does.
By his name. Makes a nice play on the football and hauls in the interception for the Mustangs, and that will turn it back over. East Lincoln will start 1st and 10 at its own 20 after the touchback. East Lincoln kind of on that drive, Rick, kind of like a bend but don't break defense. But for the most part tonight, they've been a shutdown defense. I'm anxious to see how they play the rest of the night now with the lead like this. Surratt under heavy pressure, and he just flips the ball. It's going to be incomplete. Well, we got a penalty flag Down.
Maybe intentional grounding
Yep.
right there. He's just trying to get rid of the ball, and he didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage.
This time, maybe it's a little more justified
Mm-hmm.
than the grounding we saw earlier.
So that will go down as his first incomplete pass.
Yep. Actually, I think it just goes down as a penalty.
Oh, does it?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll take that off.
All penalty, and that penalty takes the ball all the way back to the 2-yard line, Rick. That's an 18-yard penalty.
Okay.
That's the one kind of penalty that's not half the distance to the goal.
And the Maiden fans wanted to fumble out of that.
So now, second down and 28. The line to gain is the 30, and East Lincoln's got the ball back at their own 2. Surratt takes a snap, looks downfield, now throws it out in the flat, and it's caught. But good pursuit by the Maiden defense. There is a fumble on this play, and Maiden picks it up and scores. Picks it up, runs it in for the touchdown. That's Sage Surratt on the reception. And Rick, he picked up about 4 yards to the 6.
And then has the big fumble.
And in the fumble, and did anybody catch the number of the young man? Number 20
for Maiden gets the fumble and touchdown. That is Tony Hernandez.
He's been all over the ball tonight.
Well, he has. Yes, he has.
His name's been called a lot. He returns at 6 yards for the touchdown. A fumble return for Hernandez to get Maiden a little bit closer here, 35-13, with the extra point attempt coming here from Howard.
Mm-hmm.
And his kick is up, and it is no good. So 6:28 to go here in quarter number 3. You're listening to high school football on the Cloninger Family Dentistry.com High School Football Network. A 6-yard fumble return by Tony Hernandez cuts the lead. Maiden inches a little closer. TRT Turtle Cell scoreboard, East Lincoln 35, Maiden 13.
State Auto, a friend you can depend on.
The test of your insurance agent's friendship comes when misfortune strikes. You can count on an independent agent representing State Auto. Fast, fair claims service. You can depend on it if you're insured with an independent State Auto agent.
State Auto, a friend you can depend on.
Your State Auto Insurance Agency is Mooney Insurance Agency, 528 East Main Street in Maiden. Give them a call at 828-428-8231.
We make a joyful noise cheering our favorite high school football teams on Friday nights and our favorite college teams on Saturday. The Family of Faith at Ryan Heights United Methodist Church would like to invite you to come and make a joyful noise for the Lord on Sundays. Sunday school is at 10 and worship is at 11. Ryan Heights United Methodist Church is in Lincolnton on Madison Street, just up from Betty Ross Park. Come make a joyful noise with us.
And the squib kick goes through the hands of the East Lincoln Mustangs, but picked up by number 6, Damaris Valentine. As you can see on video if you're watching, he takes it all the way up to the left, down the left sideline, all the way, races toward the goal line, but tripped up at the last minute. Valentine comes up just short of the goal line.
Actually, a East Lincoln player on the return team bobbled the ball, and Valentine comes and picks it up. Just misses a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Returns at about roughly 70 couple yards to the Maiden 2-yard line. So East Lincoln now looking to answer right after that Maiden touchdown. East Lincoln going to try to get it back quickly here. First and goal from the 2, and it'll be a handoff and just waltzing into the end zone. Yep. I mean, that almost looked like whistles blew the play dead, Rick. That's everybody just kind of stopped.
I guess that was Valentine, was it not? Or was it blown dead?
Well, they put the points up, so no, it was not blown dead. So Valentine on the 2-yard touchdown run.
And well-deserving after that kickoff return. That's his second score of the night.
Elizabeth Lackey, Century 21 Town and Country Realty touchdown for the Mustangs. And the extra point coming here from Strupp is up, and it is good. TRT Turtle Cell scoreboard. Boy, that one didn't take long. 6:09 to go now in quarter number 3. East Lincoln extends its lead over Maiden. It's now Mustangs 42, Blue Devils 13.
When buying or selling a home, you want success. Elizabeth Lackey, broker and realtor with Century 21, Town and Country Realty in Lincoln, can make your dreams come true. Elizabeth pledges to provide you with service that is professional and courteous and responsive in helping you with your real estate needs. Call Elizabeth Lackey today, 980-241-9989. Again, that's 980-241-9989. For Elizabeth Lackey, Century 21, Town and Country Realty, 2302 East Main Street, Lincoln.
And we're back here at Maiden where the Blue Devils return the kickoff out to the 37-38 yard line.
That's Caleb Farley, the quarterback, on the return.
Thank you for tuning in tonight to CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football. Glad to have you with us. KTCBroadcasting.com, as well as all three of our stations, 1050 AM WLON, 1390 WOHS, and 1590 WCSL. Monday Night Football high school style.
High school style all over the broadcast stations tonight.
Maiden's got the ball at the 38-yard line to start this drive, 1st and 10 with a man in motion, Kimball, and it's going to be handed off the other direction for about 4 yards, 3 or 4 yards to number 5, Asane Forte. They'll give him 4 yards to the 42, 2nd down and 6 for the Blue Devils.
McLean on the stop again, T.J. McLean along with 53, that's Lambic.
Forest View now leading Hunter Huss 34-12. East Gaston beats Kramer tonight 50-6. Here's a running play, a keeper by Farley across the 45-yard line to about the 46. 4 yards on this carry. And bring up 3rd down about 1.5 yards for a 1st down for Maiden.
28 makes the stop, Trevor Childress. So 3rd and 1 now for Maiden.
Now here's a running play again. And brought down at midfield, a 1st down is the quarterback on the keeper, Farley. This time Rick getting 4 yards to midfield.
Farley up to 15 carries on the night. Seems like a slow-moving 3rd quarter here.
Points being put up. Maiden looking over the sideline for the plays. Farley looked like he's raising the roof. Takes the snap, drops back, throws out in the flat. Got Forte, who tries to cut it back up inside, and that door's closed.
Yes, it is, very quickly. Number 90 on the stop, Dennis, and number 53, we've called their name out a bunch, Lambic.
Farley's actually tackled for a 1 yard loss back to the 49. So now the Blue Devils looking at 2nd down 11. Under 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd. East Lincoln on top. If you just tune in, 42-13, 35 unanswered points in the first half. Now Farley rolling right, throws it to the back again. I tell you what, Forte, he's run a lot of yards for nothing. I mean, just a lot of not getting those vertical yards, Rick. He's running horizontal, and he's brought down after a no gain. Ball still at the 49-yard line. caught it out there in the flat and decided to reverse field and come back toward his team's sideline, and that did not work out at all again. So now 3rd down and about 11 yards for a Maiden first down. Got to reach the 40-yard line of the Mustangs. And this time it's going to be handed off to Kimball. And Kimball into East Lincoln territory, but not by much. He's brought down at the 47 of the Mustangs. A gain of 4.
Haynes makes the stop again.
So now 4th down and 6 for Maiden. Not much of a choice here, right?
Got to go for it, no doubt.
Especially when it's on the opponent's side of the ball and it hadn't been there a whole lot. Blue Devils to the line of scrimmage. Farley in shotgun takes the snap. Going to give the handoff and nothing doing.
Going to pick up 1 or 2, but it's not going to be close.
Yep, and that's number 7, Shaquan Kimball, on the carry. He gets 2 yards to the 45, but that still leaves him several yards short of the first down. So Maiden turns it over on downs, and the Mustangs will get it back here at 2:16 here in quarter number 3. East Lincoln 1st and 10 from their own 45. And they lead it 42-13.
Surratt still at quarterback for the Mustangs. Offset back to the left, 21 Banks.
Surratt takes the snap under some pressure, throws it through the hands of the intended receiver, Cameron Dollar, up around midfield.
And David, that's the first incomplete pass tonight thrown by Chaz Surratt.
So what was his streak at?
16 out of 6.
So he hit the first 16?
Yes, he did.
2nd and 10. Well, he's getting back another streak going now as he completes this one on the opposite side to Austin Buchanan, number 7.
Number 7, that's a new receiver tonight.
And not a big gain. He only picks up about 4 yards to the 49. 3rd down and 6 for the Mustangs. 3 receivers to our side of the field over here on the right. And they all 3 started a little early. Look, maybe a little hard counter, a little hesitation there cost East Lincoln there 5 yards.
And a good reception by the referee at the 49-yard line.
So Chaz is still looking good.
Still looking good. Mm-hmm.
Still got his 17 out of 18 if you count the ref.
False start by the Mustangs, so it'll make it 3rd and 11.
Yeah, they move her back to the 44, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down 11. Number 8, Nick Quigley, started in motion, and now
Surratt's telling him to
points to the spot where he needs to be. Takes a snap, rolls to his right, throws it downfield, and incomplete, intended for Cameron Dollar, but over the head and over the outstretched arms of Dollar. Usually Cameron Dollar's money, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Money. Money. 3 catches tonight, 2 for touchdowns.
You didn't catch that?
Nope. Oh, I got it. Money. Dollars.
Yeah. Will they punt?
Yeah, they're going to punt.
They line up to punt here with 1:28 to go in the 3rd. Of course, we tell you every time Chaz Surratt's the up back, but Strupp will punt it. Very high kick, a good kick. Sends the Maiden receiver Hernandez back inside the 10 to make the catch. I'm not sure if I make it. Makes a dangerous catch and makes it inside his own 10. So the punt sails to the Maiden 9-yard line. That's 47 yards on that punt, Rick, without a return.
Yeah,
47 yards.
That was a nice punt.
Yes, it was.
It turned over like it's supposed to.
So with 1:20 to go in the quarter, Maiden will get the ball back 1st and 10, but deep in its own territory, its own 9-yard line. First and 10 for the Blue Devils. Farley with a man in motion, takes the snap, hands off up the middle. A little bit of running room across the 10 to about the 13. I have to check the number. Number 5
on the carry, yes.
Asante Forte for 4 yards to the 13. Second down with a minute to go here in the third. Second down and 6 for the Maiden Blue Devils.
Forte's carried the ball now 7 times at only 31 yards.
And here's another handoff Forte, and he's tackled in the backfield. Going to lose 3 yards, Rick, back to the 10-yard line is Asante Forte.
So now Maiden faced again with 3rd and long.
3rd down and 9. Maiden Blue Devils from their own 10. East Lincoln on top, 42-13. As they look to improve to 10-0 on the season. And the snap, Farley's going to throw it downfield and through the hands of his intended receiver, Hernandez, incomplete. If he's able to haul it in, he's got a first down, but
yes, he does.
The pass had a lot of zip to it, and Hernandez just could not haul it in.
Only one complete pass this half by Maiden. So Maiden will be forced to punt again. Painter is coming on the field, number 11.
Mason Painter will be kicking from his own end zone, I think for the second time tonight. East Lincoln with a couple guys back. And here is the punt. Fair catch signaled for and fair catch made at the 37-yard line by Cameron Dollar.
And that's going to end the third quarter, David.
Third quarter does come to an end. You're listening to high school football here tonight on the CloningerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. TRT Trailer Sales Scoreboard after 3. All Mustangs. East Lincoln leads Maiden 42-13.
Trailers for everything, and we mean it, at TRT Trailer Sales in Lincoln and 3302 Gastonia Highway. Trailers for hauling livestock, motorcycles, and cars. You'll find dump trailers, utility, and landscaping trailers. You'll find racing trailers with finished interiors, plus the tag-along and gooseneck trailers, insulated trailers with tack compartments and 110 packages. Call toll-free at 1-877-279-7465 or visit the website, trttrailersales.com. The Great American Chevrolet Sale is underway at Abernathy Chevrolet in Lincoln. If you've been thinking that now is the time to trade in your old vehicle, well, you're right. During the special summer sales event, you get more for your dollar at Abernathy Chevrolet in Lincoln. Like right now, save up to $7,000 MSRP on the 014 Chevy Silverado or get 0% financing for 72 months. All during the Great American Trade-In Sale going on now at Abernathy Chevrolet, 1445 East Main Street, exit 24, 321 Bypass, Lincoln.
From the 37 down to about the 22, 15 yards on that one.
Dollar receptions of 33, 25,
now
15.
Surratt back, Rick, he's going to scramble, and he just scrambles with ease inside the 20, inside the 15, runs out of bounds at the 13-yard line, just a yard shy of another first down.
East Lincoln's been a little sloppy here in the second half controlling the ball, but Maiden defense got to be getting very tired now.
9 yards on that run by Chaz Surratt. Second down and 1 from the Maiden 13. Surratt takes the snap, shotgun formation, throws across the middle. It's tipped and going to be intercepted by Maiden, number 2, Nick Killian, back at the 5-yard line where he's going to be hauled down around the 8.
So Nick Killian stops any scoring drive for East Lincoln. Sage Surratt actually makes the stop after the interception for the Mustangs.
Second turnover of the night for East Lincoln?
Yes.
So the interception, and Maiden will take over 1st and 10 from its own 8-yard line. East Lincoln on top, 42-13, 11 and a half minutes to go here in the ball game. And here's a handoff, actually a keeper by Farley out across the 10, the 15. And Farley is dragged down near a first down near the 18-yard line, and he's got it.
Finally brought down by Childress, number 28.
10 yards, make it 11 yards for Farley as they mark it at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock winding.
.66 yards rushing now for Farley.
Takes the snap this time, fakes the handoff, keeps it again. Across the 20, but not much more than that. 3 yards to the 22 to be 2nd down and 7.
Boom, number 61 makes the stop for, that's Burke for the Mustangs.
Second down, 7. This time handoff up the middle.
Looks like the Forte again, number 5.
Yeah, it looks like they have kept Huff out of the game for whatever reason. The starting running back for Maiden. Haven't seen him in a while. Rick going to give him a yard to the 23. 3rd and 5. 3rd and about 5.5. Now a towel is thrown. What does that mean?
Well, everybody stopped what they were doing.
one thing it does mean, somebody jumped, and it was after the towel was thrown, and it's going to be offside on the Mustangs. So they'll move it out to the 28, 5 yards marked off.
Well, Dennis has the towel.
Who?
Dennis, the number 90, Tristan Dennis on the defensive line.
Thought you said the dentist. 3rd down and about a foot for a 1st down for Maiden as the ball's out at the 28-yard line. And another handoff and a 1st down for the Blue Devils. As try and get the number here of the ball carrier. Number 5 again, Forte. Asani Forte with it out to the 32-yard line. Picks up 4 and a 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know if Huff was injured, but he hasn't been in there in quite some time now.
Right. Jason says no second half action at all for Huff. Quarterback fakes the handoff, drops back. Farley looks downfield and throws intended for number 22, Sam Povey, but it falls incomplete up around midfield. And it will now be 2nd down and 10 for the Maiden Blue Devils. Ball at the 32-yard line. They're on 32. And the clock is stopped with 9:24 to play. East Lincoln on top, 42-13. Teams come to the line, man in motion for the Blue Devils. It's Kimball, and they throw it out in the flat to Kimball, but a lot of pursuit, a lot of white jerseys right there all over the top of him, and it's going to be stopped after about a 2-yard gain. And now it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 8.5 yards to go for Maiden for a 1st down.
Good open field tackle by number 20, Grant Athey on the play, a defensive back.
Under 9 to go now here in the game. Maiden taking their time about getting their play called. 3rd down and 8, we'll call it, for a 1st down. Maiden at their own 33, 34. Now Farley pump fakes, throws it downfield, got a receiver, but good recovery by the East Lincoln defensive back.
That's number 20 again.
Athey in on that play.
Yes.
Pass intended for Maiden's number 20, Tony Hernandez. And it's incomplete.
So 4th and 9. Painter back on the field, going to punt again. Dollar deep and Valentine. Valentine and Dollar deep for the Mustangs.
This will be his 6th punt.
6th.
6th punt of the night right here, if indeed he does punt it, and he does, and it's low, wobbly, but effective, as it will bounce inside the East Lincoln 40 and go out of bounds at the 38-yard line. So no return. And East Lincoln will start 1st and 10 from its own 38. Terry still updating scores over here as Forest View has defeated Hunter Huss 36-12 tonight. That is a final. Also in the Big South, South Point a winner over North Gaston 47-10. Ashbrook over Lake Norman Charter 54-14, and East Gaston over Kramer 50-6. And here's a pass to Dollar out in the flat. He's at the 40, 45, and Cameron Dollar running hard up to about the 47.
Good catch and run. Finally stopped by number 9 and number 4 for Maiden. Number 4 is Mayfield. Number 9 is Elmore. Walt Elmore makes the stop.
That is 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 1. And Surratt fakes the handoff, going to keep it. He's across midfield, and he's dragged down at the 47 of Maiden, a gain of 6.
Stop at number 85.
Don't forget, this may be the end of one football week, but only the beginning of another. This Friday night,
Just 4
KTC
days away.
Broadcasting has got Bessemer City at Cherville. Big rivalry game and a huge game that night for Bessemer City, trying to win the conference outright. As Banks gets the handoff, he's to the 45 and to the 40 of Maiden. Colton Banks picks up 7. Bessemer City at Cherville, we've got Maiden at Lincoln, Hunter Huss at Ashbrook, Shelby at Crest, and Burns at RS Central. A lot of rivalry games on the final night of the season. Nothing bigger this year than Shelby and Crest playing for a conference title. As the pass out in the flat to Surratt, and Sage Surratt dragged down for a loss of a yard.
Shelby Crest, always a good battle.
Clock down to 7.5 minutes to go. Our schedule again for Friday night, and hopefully we're supposed to get more wet weather this week, Rick, but hopefully it's here on Thursday and gone before Friday. I'll tell you right after this snap here by the Mustangs, 3rd down and about 5. Ball at the 41. Surratt looks, now throws deep down the field. Got a receiver, and it is tipped away. Intended for number 6, Valentine, but a good job for Maiden.
Number 31, Christian Shaw, actually gets a hand on it.
Played it like you're supposed to.
Yes, he did.
That's Bessemer City at Cherville, Maiden at Lincoln, Hunter Huss at Ashbrook, Shelby at Crest, and Burns at RS Central. Our Friday night high school football coverage here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
What's the latest on that RS Central, East Rutherford?
East Rutherford up 16-6.
16-6.
Yep. Looking for a mild upset there, but it is a big rivalry game. A 4th down now for the Mustangs. They send in the punting unit.
Yes, Blake Strupp is there too.
And before they can, Rick, they're going to get a delay call, which is not going to hurt them a lot. Ball to 41. They'll just scoot it back to the 46. Give him a little more room.
Well, that is 10 penalties now on the Mustangs. Coach Bias can't be too pleased with that.
Nope. And most of them, Rick, were just offsides.
They were
neutral zone
early
infractions on the defense.
There were like 4 of those early.
Might not cost you tonight, but those come back to haunt you in the playoffs.
Yes, it will.
If you have them then. Here is the punt. High short kick, but an East Lincoln bounce. I think Strupp planned that. It's going to roll dead at the 11-yard line. How about that?
Yeah, he planned on it turning over and taking that back.
Oh, me.
I'll tell you what, he works a lot at what he does. I see him out early when we go to see him play. He's always the first one on the field.
43 yards on that punt, and those are real effective when there's no return.
Yes.
And there's not a return on that one, and Maiden will start 1st and 10 from its own 11-yard line. Don't forget, following the game tonight, a brief First Federal Savings Bank post-game show. We'll give away our West End Sales Avail player of the game, and a hint is he's probably wearing jersey 12. Here's a handoff. It's going to go to Asane Forte again for the Blue Devils, trying to get outside and goes out of bounds, but after a minimal gain of about 3 yards, maybe
3 yards on it.
Yeah, they're going to give him 3 to the 14. 2nd down and 7.
11 carries now for Forte.
I tell you, I like a lot of the guys tonight. They're really, Rick, on that East Lincoln team that in the running for this West End Sales player of the game. Here's a snap. Fake to Hernandez. Now a pitch to Campbell. Made a tough catch. Hauled it in, but it's not going to get him much yardage. As a matter of fact, he's going to be stopped at the 14. No gain. Gain maybe a foot.
And a good open field tackle by number 32. That's Caleb Brooks. So Brooks on the tackle. 3rd and long again.
Clock down to 6:20 to go here in the game. East Lincoln cruising right now, 42-13. Farley takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Going to be dragged down at the 16 after a gain of 2 yards. And now Maiden faced with 4th down and long again.
T.J. McLean makes the stop. Called out his name quite a bit tonight on the defensive side of things. So Painter back out to punt again. Dollar and number 2 is deep now for East Lincoln. That's Nate Cureton. Actually, he's the up back. So Dollar's really the only one deep.
Maiden still shuffling people in on the punting team, and the play clock now down to 2 seconds. And they get it off just in time. And the kick, high kick, fair catch called for by Dollar, and he makes the fair catch at the 47-yard line. 31-yard punt with no return. So East Lincoln will take over 1st and 10 at the Maiden 46. With 5:05 remaining here in this football game. You're listening to High School Football on the ClonigerFamilyDentistry.com High School Football Network. Most of the games in and finals still waiting on that East Rutherford RS Central to come in. And now Cox in at quarterback for the Mustangs, Chris Cox, and he will hand off to a new running back as well. And fresh legs, that's number 23, Sammy Cunningham. And he takes it down to the 39-yard line. A gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
Cunningham, we've seen him a little bit this year.
Clock running. We're down to 4:35 to go in the ball game.
Cunningham, 5'11", 180-pound junior. You know that young man's on the football.
Cox takes the snap, going to keep it himself. Tries to change direction. Looks like he might have turned his ankle a little bit, but takes it down to the 36-yard line. Should be enough for a 1st down. Right at the sticks. And the referee says 1st down. Thank you. 1st and 10, a pickup of 3. Mustangs with the football at the Maiden 36, 1st down. Chris Cox now calling the signals for East Lincoln. Takes the snap, throws it out in the flat. Is that Quigley, number 8?
Number 8, yes. Quigley makes the catch.
And he's down to the 31, a gain of 5. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. Ball at the 31 of Maiden. 3:45 to go now in the ball game. All East Lincoln here tonight after spotting Maiden a 7-0 lead. East Lincoln now leads 42-13.
3:35 remaining. Clock is running.
Man in motion for the Mustangs, Philman. Now handoff up the middle. Again, number 23 on the carry, Cunningham. Races down the right sideline and got a first down and more as he is inside the Maiden 15 to about the 12. They'll put it right at the 12, and that's a gain of 19 yards. And another East Lincoln Walker Pharmacy first down. First and 10 Mustangs, 3:06 to go now in the game. With a man in motion, Cox takes the snap. This time hands it off again up the middle, 23 Cunningham. Positive yardage to about the 8, maybe even the 7.
Cunningham, fresh legs. Tired defense. Wouldn't surprise me